finished up on, for the moment, finished up on Astos. Um, Brought Luna up to the Raza because she wanted to meet her sister, and there was a slight little problem with Percy walking into the same room as she'd walked into, which turned out not to be a problem. There were no cameras that saw that, but she was worried about being seen walking out of the same hotel as Percy had come into, and left that quickly after. So, she was teleported into the safety of a cargo lighter and taken up to the Raza with no issues from traffic control. Quickly after which, you sent signal over to Shadow. You saw the nest egg go comms blackout, and you made your approach. You managed to remain in the shadow of the nest egg from the other ship, the Vital Sec ship that was there, and docked up with the nest egg, boarded it, and killed all of the nest egg crew, and also all of the security crew that were there. The sergeant, or captain of the... I can't even remember the other ship's name, of the security escorts ship, the Savvy Fair. The captain of the Savvy Fair approached cautiously through the attached airlock and offered his surrender and just asked to take his fallen back so that they could be properly respected, buried, and their families allowed to grieve and all that. And you answered quickly enough and let him go about his business quickly enough that Shadow, waiting in the shadows, could not assassinate him. Which she was very clearly, as Percy saw, poised to do.
Yeah. He's a mercenary. We don't kill mercenaries just because the opposite side hired them, necessarily.
Well, she's
Like,
not part of we yet.
Exactly, yeah. And also, like, it doesn't take much more provocation than they were on the opposite side to assassinate them just for doing their jobs. Like, you know, if they spit on my shoes or something, then they're fair game, but...
Sure.
Nah, joke. Also, hi, Future Dex.
He quickly wrapped that up, and spoke with her briefly. She's very pleased that that there was only one casualty among the slaves that you could find, and that everyone else, minus a couple injuries here and there, is alive, safe. And that's where we pick up. Is we are still on the nest egg. Fennel Hayes is still securing his mercenaries. He has a couple others with him, but he's disarmed himself and ordered them all to disarm, just for the purpose of retrieving his mercenaries. Has the counter been updated?
Yes.
Alright, fantastic. I'm going to move you over to the nest egg thing so that we can all see the bloody sociopath, homicidal sociopath that Das is down by the interior airlock. So, Knox had presented a very quick note about using VitalSec to resolve the slaves issue, because Shadow does still want them taken to authority. She wants them delivered. She doesn't want them just left out here. And so You guys want to talk about that real quick?
Yeah. I don't imagine anyone will particularly protest the idea when Shadow brings it up, would they?
To be clear, the idea of using security has not actually been loaded in character yet. That was uh, a quick knock suggestion out of character in the channel.
I see. Okay. Hmm. No, 'cause this would be an excellent thing to float it in character.
Yeah, no, Yoko will absolutely come up to the guys. He's the figuring out dog tags and bodies and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, and just kind of just outright ask. Listen, we have a lot of people here, kind of gesturing to the room, that we would like to get back to their homes and families. And y'all got a lot more space than we do. Is there any way that y'all could like transport these people in a non-slaver way back to their planets and stuff?
I just want to make a quick clarification. They don't actually have more space on their ship. They are actually a smaller ship than the Raza. Is that an intentional mislead from Yokin, or is that uh was that a failure of memory?
That's a failure of memory, but I will amend my statement then to be it would be a lot easier for us if y'all could do it.
Yeah, that works much better. If I remember right, the Savvy Fair is a patrol boat, which yeah, it doesn't have a lot of cargo space and doesn't have quite as much crew space as you guys have.
Six. Quick question about Percy about character knowledge, right? Um, would Percy know whether or not Mercs like these would be willing to accept payment in the form of, oh, and by the way, if you see anything nice on this ship, we're not taking it. So,
uh, Wait, can you repeat that?
would Percy know how likely it is that these guys are mercenaries, right?
Mhm.
Would Percy know how likely it is that they're willing to accept payment in the form of, none of the people
Ah,
here, know that, like, nobody knows what's here apart from us. We're not going to say anything, and you. So if anything goes missing, meh.
you're saying
Basically,
about
basically,
scrapping the ship, basically taking stuff from the ship.
yeah, basically, I'm wondering, can we pay them in it by like fly the ship down, loot whatever you like on the way, and then park it and go, hey, authorities, we have slaves. They got lost.
Yeah, they might be willing to do that. Most mercenaries, it's going to depend on their own internal, integrity codes and such. Some might not do it just because, but
Yeah.
there aren't too many that are like that.
Yeah. And even if they do, we can pay them and then scrap the ship and get the money back anyway. But yeah, yeah, he didn't actually get a chance to reply yet, so I just wanted to know,
He did
quick,
not.
so that I can offer that. Yeah.
Um. Yeah. Fennel Hayes directs somebody else over to the couple of guys that are over there dead.
Mm.
And turns and looks at Miyokin, looks at Kana thoughtfully. Well, uh, and then I'm gonna roll. I started to respond to him, and then remembered I actually wanted to roll a what's it called reaction roll to this.
I was gonna say a sneak charisma to deceive me.
No, reaction roll. I was kind of hoping to not hoping, but giving an opportunity for just a kid to play in again. But Ginja's not here, and not respond negatively. So, he gives it a moment of thought, looks around, says, "Yeah, uh, never was one to like slavery much, so, and we're technically still paid for another 2 weeks.
Huh.
Okay?
Percy just weighs in. Huh. Bunch of mercs who are also decent people. You don't see that very often. Nice.
Vital Sec vests are mercs. Only the best.
Hmm. Percy just gives an acknowledging nod. Thinking, only the best. Yeah, right.
They were well armored, and well,
I'm willing to believe that.
well weaponed. That's one thing going for them.
Yeah.
The only thing, because they are still dead. And so yeah, he will facilitate the transfer of slaves in some way. He's willing to entertain suggestions on how to go about doing that, but if you guys want to leave it entirely to him, he'll take care of it.
Honestly, fly this ship back down seems like not a great idea just by itself. You don't want to fly down a ship suspected to be a slaver, going, hey, the old guy's dead and we have a bunch of slaves. Not necessarily a good idea, but, there's the kernel of a good idea, yeah.
One thing we've got going for that is we are still on contract. We can show contract and report that we were boarded, and the crew and contract holder guild will be asked some questions. Will be asked by who, and I don't know who you are.
Excellent, keep it that way.
And after this, we're quits.
Fair. Figured as much.
Yeah.
Percy just sort of looks at. Percy just sort of looks around for responses quickly. Any objections?
None here.
Excellent.
We were never here.
Excellent. Oh, and and Percy just sort of turns back to the sergeant, addresses him. Just to put a little fear in the other slavers out there. Like, you're doing us a turn. I don't want to dick on you guys' reputation too much, but at the same time, put some fear into the other slavers. Emphasize how quick and overwhelming the boarding action was.
Leans up against a cargo door, realizes that there are people inside that thing, and then quickly straightens up. This a habit you guys make?
It could become a habit, yeah.
Any name I should put to that fear? No, I don't really want to know who you are, but
yeah,
can't exactly spread stories about some unknown ghost out attacking ships, slaver ships.
I mean, I've heard weirder, but out of character, do we want to give them a name?
I feel like not yet. We'll just start vague rumors for now.
Yeah, we.
I realize that'd be. I'm sure that'll be less effective.
Yeah,
but also draw less heat.
We could make a pseudonym. Who says we can only have one fake name?
Oh gosh.
No.
No.
Please don't.
The DM says no, so that means yes.
But see, that's exactly the thing. If they find out that such and such is actually the Rattling Zabra, they will have no idea there's a further layer to the rabbit hole. But okay, if you insist. We'll just... Percy will just word that then, that is... no name for now. Probably don't mention where either. Could be anywhere. I guess. I don't know, I'm not used to running a PR campaign.
Taking over the ship.
Yeah, that's why we hired a PR specialist last time. We played this.
Yes, you did.
And
And
that
of
is an
course,
option.
then
That
you'll
is,
still have to end up having to put on a show. Like I remember, someone having to make a speech written by the PR specialist. Still,
yeah,
Yes.
that is an option that we may consider in the future.
And what was that, Knox? Something about taking over the ship?
Who's taking over the ship?
Oh,
Are we
Ooh.
taking it? Are they taking it? If they're taking it, I want their information source first.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I figured we'd be looting it before we go. Since
if
they're not.
if they're taking it down to the surface because the cargo is already here and
Mhm.
they
Yeah, that makes
fit on
sense.
the ship, then the ship is effectively going to be impounded. Nobody's getting it.
Okay.
That works.
That makes
Still
sense.
want their info source.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, absolutely.
All right. You can.
And while we download that, we can see if any of the cargo need medical attention.
Wait.
You can certainly attend to more medical needs as necessary. Those quick checks were just quick picker uppers. And this would be a good opportunity to get Riley aboard.
Wait. If Mule can suggest that, Percy will go. Wait. Hang on. Hold that thought. And turn to Shadow and go. There's no way this is the entire extent of the crew who would put up a fight against us. Is it?
Uh, where's Shadow?
Didn't she come into?
Oh yeah,
Like,
but
she
she's
kills
she's
them?
Yeah.
she seems to have gone her way. You don't
Okay.
see her.
Okay. Percy will try to say that and go. Ah, fuck.
You do see someone that vaguely matches what you would expect her to look like, and isn't somebody that you already recognize as one of the mercenaries or your own crew. So she's there. I'm just making a point that she has already changed her appearance.
That's
change
fair.
oh, I guess
That's
she's just wearing a uniform. I guess so it's easier to blend in.
Yeah, she looks like she belongs here.
Okay.
Well, she does belong here, to be clear. No one's saying she didn't belong here. Jeez.
Yeah. Percy will just look at her and like visibly like not recognize her and then start to put the pieces together in his head and go, wait, that might be Shadow, and then very, very cautiously say, pizza delivery?
Pepperoni and olives.
Okay, that is you. Um yeah, I was just saying there's no way this is the full extent of the crew who were willing to fight us on this, right?
Yeah, slavers run lean.
Really? Huh.
They keep
Huh.
people caged up. There's no
Yeah.
resistance. They don't have any risk.
Yeah, that's true, I suppose. Yeah, makes life easier for us. Just wanted to make sure we were all being careful.
Yeah, I've checked. Everyone that was on this crew was killed by you.
Everyone, huh?
Including the captain.
I don't know how he died.
Oh yeah, very unfortunate
That's
how
fine.
someone could just like develop a bunch of holes in their head like that. Really, they should figure out what's causing it.
It's one of life's
And
great mysteries.
Percy will turn to Myokin and go, so you were looking for a thing. Myokin, you were looking for a thing.
Noxar. I think
Nox?
also trying to find. There's Nox.
There she is. I see. Okay.
We're quiet already.
Well, Percy just goes, okay, yeah, I'll walk with you just on the off chance that there's, I don't know, some fucking stowaway hiding or something. I don't know, weirder things have happened. Bad for to send someone off on their own. Yeah, we'll meet up back with you in names a plausible amount of time. Question mark?
Can you repeat the last part?
Oh, we'll meet you back here in names a plausible amount of time. Question mark?
Yes. Yeah, that's fine. And yeah, Das is still with you guys, so Das can get into the ship and get the data.
Okay, so basically we're sending basically we're sending the kid up the chimneys and following the clanging sounds. This is fine.
Dash does want somebody to go along. She heard that
Yeah.
heard Shadow say that that's all of crew accounted for, but she's not going to go crawling around in vents of an unknown ship, I think.
Yeah. No, that's very fair.
Okay.
Like
And
Pip
so
says,
Kana is going with Dash. Or Myokin is
like
going with
Pip
Dash.
said,
Yeah.
like Pip said, not safe to be going alone.
Yep. Alright.
Honestly, I'll go as well. Like I'm not gonna be much help here dealing with the slaves.
Alright, sounds good. And is this clean grid? Yeah, let's go ahead and move everyone over to the gridless grid. We no longer need to see the map.
Mm.
And here we can.
That's a lot of Vicky.
It is a lot of Vicky.
Oh.
Why is
Yeah.
there a lot of Vicky?
Mitosis.
Things happen.
Mitosis.
Yeah.
With Vicky?
Yes. Yep. Absolutely.
Need we say more?
Did I roll a
Oh.
same on both? Yeah, I think I did.
Are there different portraits for Shadow?
There are.
Soul Shadow's whole thing.
Mm. Yeah, she has a metamorph, remember?
And
She is?
Wild, yeah, like a wild talent.
Wait, were you not here for that?
No.
no, Jackal
Okay,
hasn't been here the whole month.
God, okay, yeah, no,
I thought
so
it was,
she,
it was hinted at before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Yeah,
What is
I was like,
her?
oh, she can change her face. I bet she just like puts on absurd amounts of like CIA makeup, like the shit they do in Mission Impossible.
yeah, no, confirmation, low-key shapeshifter, changes everything except the nose.
That might, however, be what Elise thinks, because Elise is not detecting the activation of any psychic powers. Oh, actually, no, hang on. I think I need to.
I don't think I've been in the same room as Shadow yet.
Oh, you're still on planet.
That's true. You're
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Because the last thing that I did was I got rid of the boyfriend.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Jason
And I've
Bourne.
just been lying low ever since, all by my lonesome.
Oh.
All by myself.
Things have calmed planetside enough that if you want, Elise could take a shuttle up to the Raza. Of course, that does bring various risks with it. But I do want to let
Yeah.
you know that planetside things have calmed down, and Elise doesn't need to lie low anymore. She still can if she wants to be extra cautious, but there's no immediate need for it.
It's not doing anything over, just very low key, going back to the motel room, checking into a different one each night, however long it's been.
What, a
Okay.
different room or a different motel?
Was that
Different room every night or a different motel every night?
both?
Okay.
I don't know how many nights it's been.
And not that many. It's like we did all this pretty much in a day.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, it's still the
so
same
I'm
day.
checking into my first motel. And I'm just waiting for the crew to call me and be like, okay, you can come back now.
I had to change the font of all these. They should all be a different font. Wish I could set a default. Alright, so we've got an aftermath box. And I imagine it's going to have to get split in two. Because we've got somebody going off to the what's it called? Bridge. Um. So put Myokin, Percy, and Das in there.
Mm-hmm.
Das. And while they are collecting the data from, yes, that's a good point, Nox. You guys will need to go back planet side to pick up the people that, as far as
Hmm.
the transit authority are concerned, or traffic control are concerned, you came with more people than you left with.
Because those people are obviously still planetside, and we will teleport around to get them back.
Right.
Right.
Depending on how much effort Con has, this may need to be the next day.
Mm-hmm.
So, aside from getting data from the nest egg, what else do you want to do?
So I just. Oh, that's right. Das isn't here, right? Yeah.
You can get it back, but yeah, not immediately.
Fight clubs?
No, we are not making the slaves fight each other.
No.
Well, you said fight clubs on a ship full of slaves we just rescued. What am I supposed
Well,
to
no.
understand?
Y'all talk about the fight clubs on the planet.
I think he means what we're doing on the ship.
Oh, on the ship. That's a good point.
I do mean that.
Oh. Well, Myokin was going on the planet.
Nox
Yeah,
has pointed out that Myokin has plenty of effort to go and put people back in places so that they can be seen returning to the ship. And since it's only actually one person, I think, that needs to visibly return.
Yeah, I think it's just Percy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or her, or...
You will have to somehow figure out the Luna thing, because unless she doesn't care about being seen coming out of that hotel.
Mm.
But anyways, let's go back to the question at hand. Is there anything else you want to do over here on the nest egg?
I assume there's. I mean, I guess I'll do like a once over to see if there's anything that catches my eye, but I assume the ship is pretty unremarkable, right?
Okay.
So,
Fight club, fight club.
but you know, if there's any like, I don't know, quick grabs, spare parts while we're here, might as well.
Yeah. That is fair.
I mean, at this point, we might as well do a little plundering.
Yeah, I assume that's like
That
does it
kind
actually
of
spoilers and all that, right?
that kind of searching, I suppose.
All right. I'm gonna start with the bridge, and ask what is it that you're looking for in their data? Because now obviously Dash is gonna have no problem getting in to the sensitive parts. Shadow can assist a little bit in providing what credentials she was given, what authorization she was given. We don't ask these questions, Nox. So, I don't want to just info dump the whole long, boring journeys that the nest egg has taken. So what are you looking for? Things that come to mind for me are, where did they get the slaves? What's their flight paths, and find out where they got the slaves from.
I think it might be interesting to know who they were selling to or who they were planning to sell to.
Okay. All right.
I think that's somewhere we can start. Yeah, we can don't. Do
How am I
not.
supposed to not say that?
Do not.
Well, Well, now there has to be a Cotton Eye Joe NPC. Done did it, Meowkin.
Yeah. I mean, they're just the two best questions to ask anytime you're, querying a ship, right? Like, what better questions are there?
I suppose they are. To quickly sort through that, I'm going to ask Kana to make a intelligence pilot skill check. And Nox, if you're unable to roll, then I can go ahead and roll for you, or have somebody else roll for you. In fact, I believe Nox is going to be unable to roll, probably.
As of about now. That's true. Actually, we do have time, don't we?
Oh, actually, Nox is able to roll.
We
And
do have a ton of time. Yeah.
yeah, you guys do have time.
Yeah.
It's unlikely that anybody's going to come investigate the comms blackout here. It's unlikely that anybody even noticed it.
Nice.
All right. So for the initial question of where are they selling it to, who have they been trading cargo with, you have a point-to-point journey. They of course haven't kept incriminating logs to right there in their ship, but the black box, it is keeping the information in an accessible format to comply with galactic mandate black box standards, so that they don't draw suspicion and get boarded themselves.
Imagine. Not that it did them much good at preventing boarding in the end.
Well,
It worked against the authorities, apparently.
it did. Attention was drawn to them through other means. They've been able to avoid the authorities thus far, and really just letting the black box do its thing is a quick and safe way to keep transit authority from questioning them too much.
Yeah, imagine being in violation of galactic mandate black box laws. Couldn't be me, personally. I would never.
It's kind of like how, like Al Capone got really caught on tax fraud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much
Remember,
similar
only one crime
situation.
at once. Only one crime at once, everyone. But yeah, can we just like rip their entire system, or at
You
least
can.
open it up?
Yeah, you have the time. This is more asking for you to have quick information, and also because the whole system isn't going to be that interesting. I want to focus on the questions that you find interesting and actually answer those.
Okay. I would still like to know who they were planning on selling these slaves to, or who they did sell slaves to.
Yeah. And for that, you will have to do some more investigating. The data included in the black box and what logs there are on the ship is not going to make that clear and evident.
Okay. I suppose that makes sense, doesn't it?
But you do pick up all of their rudders. You have their flight path. You can trace back, and should you ever be somewhere where they've been trading slaves, I will let you know so that you can decide whether you want to
Go investigate.
Go on a crusade.
That'd be nice.
If I ever, finalize some combat, just go on a crusade against slavers.
And if you decide at the end of the session that you want to go seek one out, I will tell you, I will make an adventure for that, because you have the data to try and track that down even without passively entering a system where they've done it. So consider that basically an open-ended and open quest that you can at any point decide you want to go and free slaves.
Huh. I do
Searching.
think
Go ahead, Beryl.
I was gonna say, I do think if we do ever have to like officially reveal ourselves in any capacity, that'd be a really good way to do it. Just build up the legend of this one ship that's going around and just vigilante justicing all sorts of slaver ships, and then going, oh, by the way, that was the Raza. Like, there are worse ways to reveal yourself, you know? But that is, of course, being entirely hypothetical.
Why are the Vickies
Hypothesis.
gathering?
Oh no.
The Vicky hiding in Shadow's shadow has moved.
Oh, what are they plotting? I'm not quite sure I trust that triangle down in the corner.
I will note actually that Vicky would make a decent PR person if you decided that you wanted to employ her as such.
Mm-hmm. Duly noted.
Yeah, we need to figure out how we want to paint ourselves.
Yeah. Is that because there's an entire team over that can run around doing PR?
Essentially, yes. I think there are too many Vickies. Their shadow is going to go random again.
Oh, okay. Also, I saw Nox asking in text chat if we could get the comms log.
Yeah. You have the comms log. I will need you guys to do a little bit more analysis of it to try and make out if there were any specific communications or methods, because they've not been keeping the full-on logs of conversations and videos. It is not required by Galactic Mandate, and so they've not been doing it. Yes, you can. Why don't we go ahead and make that check?
Ooh.
Oh no.
You've had better checks, I'll be honest.
Let's see. Okay. Wait, hang on. I'm just trying to. I don't have a quick and easy. Okay, that's what I thought. I'm having to. Remember what I did last time, before I can actually roll this. No, there's still no psychic use.
Us.
There, I've actually got a macro for it, so I can't forget what her score is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Done. All right. So yeah, now you've got all the data that you're going to need. You've gotten all the data from the ship that you're going to get. We can query and determine if there's anything else useful in it later. But for now, what you know is that you've got the nest eggs rudders. They're not terribly useful to you. They're pretty much just known routes. And you've also got their travel log, which allows you to passively know where they've been likely making illicit cargo trades of either receiving or selling. it also allows you to actively try and track down a location where they've been doing it, to actively pursue a potential slave trader. Douglas, searching the ship for anything of interest. Let's go ahead and have you roll an int fixed skill check.
My favorite. Oh, dang.
All right. Thank you for the notice, Nax. That is pretty dang good. Give me one moment. I should have already had it open, but I do have a thing for the nest egg.
They hide in pre-tech?
Let's find
Somehow
out.
I doubt
Can you imagine? It's like, well, dang, I'm just gonna start raiding all sorts of random ships.
it. You know, if it turns out the slavers have pre-tech, that recording side quest may turn out to be useful.
I go looking for ancient ruins, you can just find slavers.
That is actually a pretty neat emoji there, Viral.
Hmm?
That's a neat emoji.
Which one, the dark one or the flowy eyebrows one?
The dark one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will go on my high horse about that later when we're not on record.
Okay.
A big court show. I just want to go on record.
All right. So the nest egg has cargo efficiency pods and extended life support. Um, you can already pretty much see that that's, necessity for their particular cargo. Nothing terribly. Let's see, let me double check. I don't believe there was anything. Those are standard, I believe. Standard fittings. Other fittings. I think I keep passing it by. Okay. Oh. Okay. No, cargo efficiency bays are a mod.
Hmm.
And so if you know that that they don't need the cargo efficiency bays anymore. That's what the 14 tells you, is that now that they're not going to drill with anymore. And you've set loose the human cargo. And so there's no need for those bays to be continual to be uh held by pre-tech. You'll want to do something to make sure that the ship
Oh, God,
doesn't
it is.
collapse in removing those.
Hey, y'all, we're hunting slavers now.
That's so.
Yeah, they got pre-tech on the ship.
Yeah, that's what the cargo efficiency base is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
That's a
so I think what we should do this time is let's do at least one more at some point to see if it was a fluke. If it turns out it was, no harm, no foul. If it wasn't, then I guess we're anti-slavers.
for a good cause.
Yeah, for a good cause. What,
I'll ask
personal
for
interest? Yes.
I'll ask for one more int fix check if you want to remove those. With this int fix check being you get the pre-tech. It's merely a question of how long does it take to shore up the ship so that you haven't caused structural or immediate collapse problems.
We need this ship to get people somewhere safe. I
It
don't
needs to be able to survive atmospheric re-entry.
Okay.
And Douglas is confident that he can do that. It really is just a matter of how long does it take and how much is it going to cost in your spare parts. Or spare parts that you
Oh.
salvage from the ship itself.
Okay. How do y'all feel? I guess I could put priority on keeping the people safe for obvious reasons. But in case things go catastrophically wrong. But hey, pre-tech, y'all,
Pre-tech, yo.
go for it. I'm not hearing anyone against it. Luggers will go for it.
I'll be honest, I zoned out a tiny bit. You find pre-tech, do you need to make another check to get it?
Yeah. I'm just overthinking about whether it's going to cause the ship to collapse with all the people inside of it. Probably not, though. It's
Pretty
not
unlikely.
likely.
Pretty unlikely. Like, if you were building a ship like this, would you build it to start falling apart if one bit got taken out, even poorly?
I mean, this is pre-tech. Who knows? All right, I'm going to go for it.
Go for it.
After that conversation with the comms. Oh, that's not terrible.
No,
Could be
that's
worse.
pretty good.
You can have a
It's
real if you want it.
it's not going to take Douglas very long, and it's not going to take him any more supplies or parts than you can just scavenge from the unused cargo pods. The whole process is going to take about 2 to 3 hours to extract either 1 or 2 components, and we'll get those rolls from you at the end. You're guaranteed to get 1 materials component, and we'll look at what the other one can be.
I'm quite happy with 1 materials. Oh wait, we already had quite a few.
You do have quite a few materials.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We still need one more materials component, anyways.
Yeah.
And honestly, we can't have too much pre-tech, anyways, no matter what type it is.
Yeah, we're always going to be able to figure out some way of justifying it for things that you want. Almost always.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah. If we have too much, then we start getting pre-tech mods on our gear.
Exactly. Yeah.
And if we have too much for that, then we start trading it for ridiculous amounts of money for the ship fund.
Yeah.
We're never going to get that much.
All right. Let's turn real briefly to Elise Planetside. Have you guys reported to anything to Elise?
I think.
Remember that you did set up a comm server, so you can have secure communications. I think you did. Pretty sure you did.
Sounds like something we did.
Yeah. Yeah, when you went down to the second time to pick up Luna, you went down with a comm server and set it up in that room.
Yeah.
So?
Yeah. So it looks like the last communication that we had with Elise was us saying that hey, Kana has a specific skill set that is going to help you a lot with your sniping, and then her saying, "Yeah, sure, I'll believe it when I see it, unless it's a teleporter." And also, he's done. Catch y'all later.
Yeah. So has anybody updated Elise since that?
Probably we at least sent Operation Clear.
Okay.
We're not in any. Presumably, we're not in any immediate danger after completing the operation, right?
Yeah, you have no reason to believe you are.
We have no reason to keep Elise in the dark unless we think it's funny.
It's funny, but we should probably tell her.
All right. Then, Elise, you've received a message, secure channels that the operation is clear. What's she doing? Give us a little bit of an insight. I know you already said real briefly what she's doing, but I want a little bit more from that.
Well, what time is it?
Let's see. You guys were doing that stuff later at night, I believe, weren't you? As far as actual planet side time goes. So, it's nearing 11-ish at night.
I see. Yeah, I imagine Elise is probably just in the motel room watching whatever random ads are on the television because I'm sure they don't have actual television here.
Oh, they do, but have you seen Idiocracy?
I have not.
Okay. Then I won't make the reference, but you can watch shows, and there's a lot of sketch and just moment comedy, very fleeting comedy type stuff. Every TV or every show around the entire border of it is ads.
Huh.
I wonder if I can find a picture of it real quickly. Yeah, it's like basically the show that you're watching is an inset picture on a ring of ads.
I see. So the ads never truly disappear, but they don't interrupt the show.
They do that also.
Oh.
There you go, an image dump. I mean,
Hey.
you know, it's a GIF that includes more.
Oh yes,
There's an extra thing there.
There's a little bit of extra there, yeah.
that is.
But you can see when it's showing the TV screen itself, it's got ads all around the edges.
Yeah.
Fine.
Also, that show is exactly what I think of as something that might show on some channels. On
I'm
Astos.
imagining the other half is what is on the TV.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, the center is the actual like show.
Now the center is this guy getting kicked off the balcony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the show. That's the content, and then everything else around that is just ads.
Everything around that is just Family Guy clips.
Not wrong.
But yeah, just at the room watching whatever's on TV passively. All around not doing too much. Maybe there's like takeout containers along the side that have already been like half picked through and eaten.
Okay.
They're not making it into the fridge. There's not going to be leftovers. It will be what is it, the hotel's job to clean up the room.
All right. Okay.
It's their job.
We return to the Raza and the nest egg with Doug finishing up his patch job. Fennel Hayes and his remaining team have secured the bodies of his mercs, made sure that they're preserved as well as they can be until he can get them where they're supposed to go, and has already coordinated the cargo, let them know that he'll be taking them down to the planet and releasing them to authorities who, will then provide them with whatever assistance Astos has for human trafficked persons. Let's go ahead and get that int fix check from Doug, the final one for extracting the second piece of pre-tech.
It's the final fix check.
All right.
Oh wow.
That easily meets the requirements, and I'll let you choose from between let's see, this was cargo efficiency based, so ship's internal structure was adjusted to optimize available cargo space. It uses free mass, but allows each point of mass to count, dedicated to cargo space, to count as 2 points. So, I think, obviously you can get another materials from this, that could also be metaspace, or
Metaspace for sure, because that's the only one we don't have one of. I think
Okay.
we need that for the dry. No, we need that for the cannon.
Okay, those
Let me
two
double
make
check.
the most sense for me for this
Yeah.
anyways, because you got materials for the structural and metaspace for the well, making sure that metaspace doesn't mess with things. Okay. All right, so yeah, you get a materials and a metaspace component out of the nest egg. It will not be able to safely spike drill anymore.
I will make sure that they are aware of that.
Oh, yeah.
I will leave a note on the bridge. Warning:
Yeah.
Do not spike drill.
Yeah. Several notes. You can't be too careful.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Put a lockout on the spike drive. There you go. In fact, actually, I can totally do that.
Yeah, you certainly can. You can well, they probably had to bypass some warnings when they installed this anyways. You know, aftermarket installations always require you to bypass some warning or another, even when it is
Yeah.
perfectly safe to do so.
Yeah.
And so you can just unbypass that.
So at least they had to make a conscious decision.
Yeah. You could also go the extra step and actively put a block on spike drills.
That might be an idea.
That's what I thought. That's what I was thinking of. Was the like I said, doing essentially a manual lockout.
They're gathering. The
Oh, no.
Vickies are gathering.
Are they?
Yeah.
I gotta pop out my character sheet here.
Honestly, it looks more to me like
Oh.
swarming.
Yeah, I think that's swarming. That's not gathering. Very different thing.
Fair enough. All right. You have done just about everything that you can with the nest egg. You've already resolved the issue with the cargo. You have secured tech components from it, as well as the data that can lead you to further slavers. Shadow has not wanted to leave the ship until you guys are completely done, but she is very anxious to board your ship and to meet her sister,
Mm-hmm.
or reunite with her
Understandable.
sister. I'm sorry, was that Bartle?
I was just saying, understandable.
Is there anything else you want to do here before she goes?
I don't think there's anything in particular.
Not
there
before she
anything-
goes. What I mean to say is before you basically
Before we
leave
take
the
off.
nest egg in the hands of the mercs.
While I'm on the bridge anyway, can I have a little nosy about just on the off chance that there's anything that's not data worth salvaging?
You sure can.
Or, let's be honest, looting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what I've been doing.
Yeah. Okay.
I just found a lot more loot than I expected.
Nice.
Yeah. What are you looking for on the bridge? What do you expect Percy might find here?
I think. Well, I think one part of it is just like random wandering around looking to see what's there. But I think he's also out of morbid / professional curiosity, if nothing else. He's going to go and investigate the puddle that was made of the captain.
Oh, all right. Roll me a int shoot check.
And shoot, okay. Ooh.
Yeah, he was shot in the back. First. Percy can kind of trace back what happened there. It would seem that he was hiding or cowering somewhere. And as he was waiting for whatever he was hiding from to end or die down, he was shot in the back with a couple of quick bursts, and as he sputtered and flailed, spattering his blood all over the place, he was shot several more times with several more bursts.
I do wonder if it was us that he was hiding from.
The timing seems very likely. You'd want a medical professional if you want to be exact about time of death,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
yeah, just kind of eyeballing how much blood has dried. Percy seems to know, what this looks like.
Yeah.
And the timing does seem to coincide very well with he was hiding from you guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Makes sense that the kind of people who are slavers are the kind of people who cower the first moment they meet actual resistance. Anyways, yeah, so like, I'm just gonna take a nosy around the bridge. Is there anything else of worth noting?
Um, Actually, I forgot about this.
Oh.
Make another skill check. This one
Mhm.
with I think int and fix or wisdom and fix.
Okay. Okay, those are both the same. +0 because I had to help Dog out a while ago.
Okay.
Not great. No, not great.
And yes, Nox, Mayukin can. Okay. Um, there is something about the scene that throws him off just a little bit,
Hmm?
but he can't put his finger on it.
Mhm. Okay. Hmm. In that case, he's probably gonna mention it to, like, to Das and Kana once they're finished doing their thing. Just like, hey, does something about this seem off to you? Like, I can't quite put words to it, but there's something itching at my brain.
Brain trembles.
Okay. Das can certainly take a look. Although, you know what? I'm not gonna put Das in that. I don't think Das is without Genji here is going to actively investigate a grisly mess over here.
That's fair.
So you might need somebody other than Das.
That's fair.
Kana, if Kana has fix, can certainly take a look. She's already there.
Mm-hmm.
We're just taking her to see all the murder scenes.
Is
Oh, hey.
is completely untrained counted as having fix?
um, Actually, if you've got sneak, I would allow that. Would that have changed your role at all? You know what, Varl, you rolled
Nah.
so low it wouldn't
Nah.
have changed it. No.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't have. Hey,
Yeah,
my sneak is equal to my fix. I want
Okay.
enough.
it doesn't change anything for me either.
You can still roll it though. Sneak with
Okay.
wisdom or intelligence if you'd like.
Man, so you're telling me that we could roll int sneak for this, but Das isn't rolling. That's cruel.
Well, Kinja has to be here.
I know.
uh, Miyokin finds kind of the same thing. There's the scene as Percy describes it out, how this occurred. It looks right,
Mm-hmm.
but it feels wrong. Like just there something is hitting your brains like, wait a minute, but no, he would have had to been here and she would have had been here. Can she really get that close? And then but no, she wasn't. The trajectory, the bullet clearly from this angle. It's just not adding up. Do you call Duggan?
I think we don't
Is
know
this
that it's a fixed
interesting
thing.
enough to get Doug involved?
We don't know that it's a fixed thing, so I think we are going to surreptitiously signal Doug, and we don't have any other player characters on the ship. Libra probably then,
Okay.
because she's here and we trust her.
Yeah. I will let her have a proficient check on this also. I think it's within her wheelhouse. Somebody go ahead and roll a proficient skill check for Libra.
the reason I'm not saying we just go and say to everyone, "Hey, come take a look at this," is because something's not quite right about this scenario that Shadow was at. So let's investigate before we bring Shadow in.
Okay.
Skill.
You don't want Shadow to know, huh? So interesting.
Can you blame me? Libra's not doing much better.
Libra is not doing much better. Libra is. Oops, hang on. Libra is able to at least confirm your suspicions that something doesn't look right. It's not just your brain is going cuckoo. That
Okay, good.
yes, the scene as you believe it played out, it looks like that is how it did, but there are
Right.
physical obstructions that would have prevented the shot from landing. So, I've had a question from Nox in discussion here that asking if Miokin can talk to Shadow, and this seems like a good point to segue into that. After you've all kind of marveled at the mystery of Captain Auto Battle's death.
Yeah. While we're waiting for Doug to come over, assuming he cares.
I'm really liking this pre-tech parts, so I guess I'll come to. I mean, maybe there's more pre-tech. Who knows? That was already weird.
Right? Right? It's strange how that happens, isn't it?
It does lend some credibility as to how the nest egg has been a successful slave trader if they've been able to augment their carrying capacity with pre-tech. Shadow is not hard to find. She, in a group of people that you know,
It's always the person you don't know.
she stands out. She could blend in with the slaves if she seems like she could blend in with the slaves if she tried, but she doesn't appear to be doing that. And so Miokin does find Shadow and can strike up a conversation with her.
Just quickly before I begin, mic test. Am I okay? Audible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Loud and clear.
Okay. Thank you. The freight trains are loud. Fucking sorry.
That's all right.
God forbid you should fucking swear in my good Christian game.
Fuck off. All right, Knox.
Yeah, but Yokin's gonna say to Shadow, well, that's the easy part. Do you have any plans for taking care of your sister? She wants to go back.
Big girl now. She can take care of herself.
Okay, if you believe it.
I can't go back.
I'm just saying she doesn't have to go back either.
What do you mean?
Luna wants.
You could convince her to get off this rock, find a different rock.
What about our parents?
Are you worried about your parents?
Well, yeah, they don't have anyone else.
Would you have done this for them?
Probably. And I don't want them to die. I mean, yeah, of course I would. I don't want them to die. They're like my parents, you know? Just because they pretend I don't fucking exist. Whatever.
Ooh, okay, so there are some parent issues then.
Yeah, we gotta love family or something like that.
Yeah.
Besides, I don't think Luna would ever forgive me if anything ever happened to Mom and Dad. When can I see her?
As soon as we get off the ship. They should be finishing up at some point, and then we can just go straight from here to there.
Can you make them hurry? There's a hint of desperation in her voice here that, without any kind of role, Kana can see or not see, depending on how you want her to play her, that she is near to cracking.
Ooh. In fairness, she has... Sorry.
She's safe. We're not going to do anything. And as soon as you've had a chat with her, we'll bring her back to planet if that's what she wants to do. If she wants to, leave and find someplace else, maybe we'll help with that too.
I don't think she wants to go anywhere with me. Fuck it, you probably already know. I fuck things up, okay? And just we have a good relationship now. We'll keep it like that.
I'm just saying, tearful physical reunion, this would be, I'd say, probably the best time to air those grievances out. You never know when the next time comes, right?
Where would she go?
I don't know. She might be able to find work on the ship somewhere. She might be able to move off planet to another place with the same corpo.
When you say this ship, you mean your ship?
I'm not specifying any ship.
Oh.
Could be our ship, maybe. I'm not in charge of anything.
Maybe. She has a good job with the good corp and mostly good corp.
Great. Can't she relocate and then keep that job somewhere else?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I can talk to her.
That's about all I wanted to say.
Um,
And ping the rest of the crew. Hey, are we close to wrapping things up?
you probably got about an hour left, but she's gonna make that easy on you because I'd previously said that she was waiting until you finished, and this conversation has changed her mind about that. She asks, "Hey, can I go see her now?"
Always allowed.
If only we had some kind of teleporter that could conveniently get her out of the way of us investigating the crime scene that she did.
You don't even need to do that. She can just walk over to your ship.
Yeah, I was gonna say, she just we're still attached.
Right, true. And so much
We physically attached? I thought we were just like spacewalk attached.
Oh, you did do a spacewalk. Yeah.
Ah, well, we're still basically
If
attached.
only we had some kind of teleporter.
Listen, effort is limited. I can only do things a certain amount of times a day.
She is not averse to a quick spacewalk.
Let me just take a quick peek at my character sheet.
Yep, that sure is a character sheet.
Thanks, appreciate it. Yeah.
There's almost a typo there.
I could think of two different typos that it almost was. But
Yeah,
not important.
yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
No, she's fine. She's fine.
We're safe.
Yeah, Shadow's not shy to do a spacewalk. If
I'd rather say, yeah, I think we could do that. Don't hide as anyone on the ship.
what did the last thing that the Kana said to her?
Don't disguise as anyone on the ship.
Disguise.
Oh, okay, gotcha. You know about that, huh? Fucking Luna told you, didn't she?
You don't have the same appearance as you did when you walked into the room.
Hmm. Yeah. I thought you just didn't notice. She is literally presenting as a different gender right now.
This really seemed awkward to mention.
Oh, well, my God, I thought you wouldn't notice that I look like that I look like a dude when I walked in the room as a woman. Really. Oh my God, you noticed that I'm a dude now.
And she has a small smile. She's, "You'd be surprised people don't notice."
That's fair.
I mean, maybe it's just awkward enough that people just don't say anything.
And she says, "I can't look like anyone specific, anyways."
Good to know. And yeah. Myokin will teleport her out to Nia.
All right. Do you teleport her straight to where you know that Luna was given like a a room to hang out in?
Yeah. Well, first I'm gonna ping Luna, saying warp incoming. Don't just stand in the middle of the room.
Okay.
Telefragging is real.
All right.
Uh,
You get a quick response back. In the middle or not in the middle?
hug a wall.
Okay. There.
And then we'll jump in.
All right. Kana is assaulted with a pair of high-pitched squeals and immediate crying and sobbing.
Uh,
Does Kana stick around?
for a moment, just to kind of say, I'm gonna dip, or give y'all some privacy. I'm gonna get the rest of the crew back.
Okay.
You don't need me hanging around for this.
From how little Kana is there, it starts off with the usual I haven't seen you in a decade kind of conversation. Oh my God, you've gotten so big. When did you become a dude? And then you see what quite possibly is Shadow's real face, because Luna reacts as, "Oh my God, you gotten so pretty." That kind of sisterly reunion type conversation. And as Shadow is leaving, it devolves into sisterly bickering of, "You've been gone for so long, and why didn't you this and that? And why are you working for Spectre Star Technologies? And They start bickering at each other pretty quickly.
They'll figure it out. But yeah, message the crew to know what's going on. Poured over the message, the two, to let them know if something happens to let me know so I can go back over there.
Okay. And
Going by myself is free. I could do that all day.
yeah. Go ahead and roll your meta science again because you did witness Shadow transforming again.
True. Let's go.
Surely this time you get it. There's no way you mess up.
Not a
She-
chance.
Right?
She rolled lower this time. There you
There
go.
we go. Third time really has a charm.
Yes. So, yeah. Kana does not have any biocyan, and so I believe if you want to get any kind of idea of what it is that she's doing, we said it was effectively a roll against the difficulty 8 plus the technique level. So roll again and see if how much Kana's metasonic senses can make out of what Shadow's doing.
Oh.
I messed something up and reload the page.
That looks like a 9.
It is a 9. Viral. Asked over the is Vicky an alien? An amoeba alien.
She would, wouldn't she?
She would. So a 9 is not enough. Kana can see that it's a version of a known technique. The listed book techniques they're in textbooks. Anyone that's gone through any kind of psionic or psychic study has probably learned what they are, unless they were in a very regimented course of study, or they weren't paying attention. But it should still be identifiable as that is Biosonic's power, which she already knew. It looks a bit like the standard what's it called? Metamorph. But only in certain aspects of it, and it's not clear whether Kana can't identify it just because she didn't pay enough attention that day, or she never paid attention to that, or if there's something else strange going on with it.
Like, I don't know, maybe the fact that it's, being done in a disorderly fashion.
Yeah.
That's a wild talent.
I will ask, though, can I for sure detect or not detect cloak powers?
Oh, do you know if it's being cloaked? I believe you do.
Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
you can tell that it is being cloaked.
Okay. So that's a confirmed ding.
Yeah.
As opposed to just a counter ding.
I don't actually understand what you mean by a confirmed ding as opposed to a counter ding.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll
OC versus
say it in
OC.
text. It's not important. It doesn't need to take up airtime.
Okay. I will say that Shadow does not have metapsionic powers of her own.
Mm-hmm.
There is something else granting her the cloaking effect.
Huh.
I think that Kana, with her 14 Pierce Cloak ability, would be able to detect that.
Like a pre-tech thing that does it?
Could be like a pre-tech thing that does it.
I can see that.
Let's transition the scene over to Doug, getting curious about this chatter about some strange gore.
Oh, sure. Who doesn't love some strange gore? I know all about gore from different explosion patterns.
Right, of course.
And Percy's just going around like, okay, so I know this is weird, but hear me out. And then just give a sort of brief rundown of the scene, like she must have been standing there, must have shot from there, he was there, that's why the blood splattered this way, this, that, and the other.
What-
And they end it with, and yet it just kind of, like, something doesn't add up. That shot shouldn't have been
What am I
worked.
rolling so I make it look incredibly obvious?
Int
Come on,
or
I'm
wisdom with
rolling hot.
fix.
Or sneak.
Okay.
Or sneak,
Well,
yeah,
man,
you
this
could do
sneak.
sneak if you wanted.
I mean, I could do sneak. I'm not going to.
But you could this point.
Let's just do wisdom fix. So I'm rolling something different. Yeah, see? Come on, it's obvious.
Yeah, this is what's been kind of sort of sitting in the back of mind, but is supposed to be impossible. No, those bullets straight up went through something. Unhindered. Almost like they phased through a small section of a small piece of the ship to get to their target.
Oh.
Now we'll let Percy roll shoot again. This will be with intelligence.
Okay. Okay.
If you haven't already clicked it yet. Oh, you already clicked it. I was going to give you a +2 bonus on this.
Sure, I'll take the 15, sure.
Yep, you get a 15. So yeah, now it all does click. Percy is familiar with the phasing mod, and may even have heard of some artifact weapons that would match some of the patterns that you've already seen going on. Like, you didn't hear this submachine gun clip unloading in here, which you should have been able to
Yeah.
hear through the ship.
You'd think, yeah.
Yeah. It seems that Shadow has, well, from your guys' side, an artifact that, an artifact weapon, and from Kana's side, an artifact something else that gives her cloak powers.
Wild. Huh. See, the problem is that I don't think we would actually meet up to discuss that and realize, wait, we both think she's got weird stuff going on. But still, super cool. So you said Percy might think, might know of some artifact weapons that it could be. What sort of,
Main,
as a facing submachine gun that he knows of, or
nothing specific. It's just that there's there's story and some recountings of artifact weapons,
Mhm.
pre-Scream usually, that utilized Sci-Tech to either in their construction or their use to do impossible things like send bullets flying through consoles to hit their target unimpeded.
silly stuff, basically.
And then passing through it without damaging it, not like just shooting with extreme force.
Right,
I'm sure
yeah.
it's like
Yeah,
force,
no,
but-
her bullets phased through a small section of console to just destroy this man.
So what you're saying is that Percy reckons it's possible that fucking Auto Battle was hiding out with a console at his back, and she shot him from through the console,
Yes.
and then walked over to him and shot him in the face.
without hitting the
Yes.
console.
And with your 15, I'll go ahead and just post that there.
18. Holy shit.
There's an extra period in there.
So subtle was that was your silent laser weapons, wasn't it?
Yeah. Silence in it's not just laser weapons, but yeah, a silencer
Oh.
for basically anything.
I forgot about that. I guess I need to get that. Was that a pre-tech mod? Not, is it?
I'll look later. at
Okay.
what I had
Yeah,
set
because
that
actually now thinking about it, Elisa's rifle probably needs that too.
as.
Oh yeah, silent sniper rifle. That will surely go well. A
It's
silent
hard.
sniper rifle with a buddy with a teleporter as a spotter.
Yeah.
Surely, not an absolute menace to society.
It's,
No, we're saving society.
it's possible to silence the weapons and such without that, but as we as people know, silencers aren't actually silent. That is
Just
a
quieter.
Hollywood myth. However, the subtle mods developed by Spectre Star Technologies and employed on their weapons.
I'd like to think what it does is it shoots rounds at just under subsonic speeds, but in such a way that it maintains its speed for a longer period.
Maybe. I think I actually did make it pre-tech, and so we can do wilder things with it.
Well, if it's only one pre-tech part, it's free for me anyway. So
Yeah, but even if it's only one pre-tech part, it still lets the weapon fire faster than light if we need to. I'm not going to, but
yeah, without breaking the speed of sound.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
without causing a sonic boom, I should say.
Right, so fast.
I mean, I guess actually, it still travels the speed, but somehow like subverts the speed of sound or the sonic boom.
It converts
It swallows it up.
Yeah, it converts the sonic boom into kinetic energy released on impact.
Oh, Jesus. So what you're saying is that the sonic boom happens inside them after the bullet hits. That's surely good for their internal organs. And, the bones.
Yeah, I forgot about that mod existing.
Yeah.
What, the
That's
bone,
a good
what,
mod.
the bone crusher mod?
Well, it's subtle, but that too.
Yeah, your free trial skeleton has expired.
And Shadow's not going to be terribly coy with you guys at this point. So, for the sake of rewarding your investigations of it, I'm going to also post this. That's what is hindering your efforts to detect that she is a psychic.
I mean, she is a legendary pilot, I suppose, but damn.
She
We're
has.
starting to feel poor. We're starting to feel poor over here.
she has gathered some things.
I mean, actually, Oh, never mind. Kind of already has the cloak powers, doesn't she?
No, that's actually how she's getting it. Oh, Kana. Yeah, right. Yeah, Kana.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was gonna say, oh, Kana could buy that for the whole, taking the bait for Das's the trap for Das. But then I forgot, Kana already has that, right?
She does. Yeah. Elise doesn't yet.
Yeah, but Elise also was in a teleporter and taking the bait for the trap.
It's true.
Ouch.
I was just saying, borrow it. I'm not saying we take it from Shadow.
Right.
Because it just feels very rude.
It does seem rude. That is incentive to try and keep her on your ship because she may be willing to let you borrow those if you gain enough of her trust.
I mean, I'm still in favor of keeping her on the ship for when we get a fighter ship. By the way, next priority, fighter ship.
I mean, I'm not against keeping them around. Like, I do think that sending the sisters out to, go live their lives and potentially get up to shenanigans on her behalf is possibly a good thing. And who knows who they can introduce us to if we meet up with them again. But I'm not against keeping them around as long as we can find the cash to pay them,
Alright, so here I'm going to ask, is anybody trying to make an argument for Luna and apparently family to come aboard the Raza and potentially be relocated? Anybody aside from Kana, because you've already had that conversation with her.
So we're gonna bring the entire family on board the ship for an undetermined amount of time.
I mean, most of our crew is here for an undetermined amount of time too.
it's a completely different thing. This is like an entire family, a civilian family, right?
I mean,
Yeah,
you
I
say
mean-
civilian.
They won't be civilian when they're on our ship anymore.
Yeah. Remember that Dima was a civilian. Remember that Koana was a civilian.
Okay, there's
Well, yeah.
nothing
What's different about it being a
civilian-
family versus all the other civilians that were?
Sure, they're not a family.
Hold up. You're comparing apples to oranges right there, Bucko.
Okay.
Apples need to be compared to some oranges.
Okay.
They were not civilians before.
Koana.
Yeah, Kwana was definitely a
What
civilian.
asked to come aboard? I don't think the parents have asked.
Mm.
That's why we asked them. Well,
Don't flip
I
this
guess
around on me.
Dima asked too. Dima asked too. But I mean,
That's a fair point, but Koana literally asking.
So let me actually focus
we're
this
not
real
kidnapping.
quick.
I don't think we're taking anyone
Yeah.
against their will. Or I don't
Yeah.
think anyone's proposing against their will.
Yeah.
Now let me focus this because I'm asking for a specific reason. And I'll let you get into the actual pros and cons of it later.
Okay.
I will answer any questions that you have about words,
But words, nice.
relevant questions to the immediate situation. But really, I just want to know: are any of the characters going to approach Shadow in support of the idea?
I think. Well, for me personally, I think I would like to leave them alone for a bit to have the sisterly reunion. Once I find out that they're actually having this sisterly reunion, and like, Kana suggested it to Shadow. We don't know whether Shadow is then going to bring it up with Luna. We'll give it a little bit to see if either of them come to us about it.
Okay.
I think. I think. Anyone opposed?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think. I mean, I think Nia's happy where she is. I mean, she'd like to see her sister, but maybe that's something like, oh, well, I mean, not monthly, but maybe that's something we swing by every now and then, or we give her a place that
Yeah.
she can come meet.
Yeah, like
At
Koana
a
for
later
Grandpa,
point.
right? Oh wait, we haven't done
Like,
that.
I don't think there's any necessarily any reason to because Shadow's not really requesting it. She's made peace with her situation, right?
Yeah, and as we know, Luna was thrilled with that arrangement.
But also on the other hand too is that I mean, if we do need to take them on board, it's like, how many people can we have on the Raza? Like, we're nowhere near any sort of capacity for the Raza.
No, you're fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
200. A max crew of 200 people on the Raza. Like, they wouldn't really be a major burden on the.
Not at
Now
all.
the question is, would they be happy on the Raza? That's a whole different debate.
That's
But-
a whole different debate. We also don't know whether it would be the parents as well, because Shadow was expressing some concern about that, and they have literally had like 5 minutes. She had like 2 minutes to think about that possibility. Luna hasn't had any time yet to think about it.
So the reason that
Right.
I'm asking this specifically is,
Mhm.
let me give you the mechanical context. I'm going to roll a reaction check for basically Shadow and Luna's reaction to the idea, and
Okay.
if there's already a +1 towards it from Kana presenting it in a positive light. Going to minus or subtract to it depending on if there are any other interactions in support or against it.
Okay.
And from there, after I've made that roll, we'll take a break so that I can work out how that plays out and what requests or demands are made in in the aftermath of that.
Okay.
Who's the maid?
Who's the what?
Our maid.
Our maid?
confused.
Feeling very confused right now.
Same.
Okay. But I think I'm not sure where you're. Anyways,
Sorry, I don't
right, yeah.
remember saying anything about a maid,
Maid.
so
I don't remember hearing anything about a maid either.
Likewise.
You said until our maid.
Our
I
decision
thought.
maid?
huh.
So decisions made, maybe.
Yeah, I literally don't remember.
I felt like a word
sentence.
might have gotten missed there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. It was probably until the rules made, until the decision's made.
Yeah, I think that was probably the context of
okay.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes. Where did I miss the word?
I don't know. but
Just
I
sitting
assure
here.
you there are no
Until
maids
our
involved
maid,
in this.
yeah. It's just,
Yeah.
what the fuck is our maid?
Well-
we have a maid?
Well, I'm glad it made sense in the end.
Viral, alright, you're out.
Alrighty.
So I was going to talk Shadow.
Good session, Dex.
Aw.
Alright, so I'm not hearing anything else going into this roll. I'm gonna go ahead and make
Oh,
the roll.
no, wait.
Oh.
No, I was just saying I was going to talk to Shadow since you mentioned it.
Okay.
Yeah, once they've had a bit of a chance to have a chinwag, presumably we're done cleaning up on the nest egg and headed back to the ship.
Okay.
Yeah. I think.
Let's not get into the details right now. Just tell me in generals, because we can absolutely have a scene about it later. I just want to be able to make the roll and see how it plays out. This isn't going to be something that they come out of their reunion and say, okay, these are our demands.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this
yeah,
is going
then
to play
we'll-
out over the next several hours.
Okay. Yeah. Then while they're decompressing or whatever, I think Percy's just gonna approach Shadow and go. So, how are things? You good? Basically segueing into you got any thoughts on what you're going to do next yet?
Okay.
Like,
You
you
need
wanna
to
do
tell
that
me
as a
if
scene now
Percy
or
is being
later?
supportive or of relocating the family, or supportive of keeping the family where they are.
Huh. I feel like it's difficult to answer that without us actually doing a scene about it.
I can see that. That's a valid point. I can hold off on making the roll until we've been able to role play it a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't need to be a long scene. We can do like what, a few minutes? We're not quite
We
there
need to.
quite yet,
I meet the parents scene.
are we? Yeah, not even that, but like Percy literally doesn't know what the situation is. I'm not sure if he even heard about the parents, so it's hard for me to say whether to be in favour or not without hearing how Shadow puts it and where they're at with it.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I'm trying to decide how far into that I want to go. Because I haven't actually decided what their conversation has been yet either.
Okay. Do you want a session break now then?
We'll go ahead and take a break now. You guys are not letting me roll this.
Well, excuse me for excuse me for taking the opportunity to talk with them before the roll.
Damn you for wanting the role play.
Damn you for offering.
All right, let's go ahead and take our 15-minute break now then, and we'll resolve the reaction roll for Shadow when we get back.
Okay, see you all in 15 minutes then.
Yep. All right, we're back in frame. I'm not too worried about the exact timing. If anybody wants their extra minute, they can just kind of sit quietly for a minute. But not you, Viral, because we're focusing on you to start off.
Yeah, no, I did literally ask for this, didn't I?
Yep, you did.
Yeah.
So yeah, the sisters spend some time catching up with each other, and you know you can't hear anything through the walls. They've got their privacy, but there's no screaming. There's nothing's going on that you fear for any of their safety.
Good. Strong start. Strong start.
And after some time, they do come out. Luna is hungry.
Yeah, I think it's probably fairly natural that Percy stumbles across her in the canteen.
Well, they don't actually know where to go, so
Well, if she...
yeah, they don't know the ship.
I mean, I can show them.
Although I suppose you might have shown Luna where she could and couldn't go, because she was here before
Yeah.
Shadow was. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
that makes
Alright,
more
I can just go
sense.
now.
So yeah, you stumble across them either en route to the galley or looking over what's available.
Mm-hmm. Okay, both of them.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Then Percy will just start off with, "Hey, good to see you two together, right?"
This is Luna speaks up. Thank you so much. This has meant a lot to us both.
Mm. Yeah, no, it's we do help when we can.
It's rich coming from the Raza, but okay.
Yeah. Percy just sort of shrugs. You think what you want, but like, anyways.
Hey, you did us solid. I can't hold corporate grudges now.
Mm.
But you should be afraid.
Yeah, no, it's. If I could be real with you for a minute, it is really alarming. Like, if we weren't at least a little bit scared, if we weren't cautious, we wouldn't still be here. Like, y'all heard we vanished, right? Why do you think you didn't hear that we came back?
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
Okay, let's give you. Like, y'all heard that we vanished, right? Why do you didn't hear that we came back?
Yeah, that I can't blame you. Are you guys
Yeah.
turning over a new leaf or something? Do you want me to put in a good word with Spectrestar? And Shadow immediately like shakes her head. No. Put your nose in this.
We're hedging our bets for the moment.
And Luna
But
argues
yeah,
with the Shadow. What if they're trying to go straight now? They should have the opportunity. And Shadow's just like, no. Stay the fuck out of it.
yeah, but behind Luna, where she's not looking, probably in Shadow's eyesight, when Luna says, "No, if they're trying to go straight now," Percy is visibly trying to hold back laughter.
I'm gonna make a box for the conversation here. Anybody that wants to be, except for Elise, can be involved in this.
Ouch.
I'm sorry, I thought you were disappointed that you came here.
Actually, I will take that back. It has been long enough that if you want Elise to have returned to the ship, you could.
That entirely depends. Did the crew come to pick me up? The answer to that is no. So
I think they could have. It's like Shadow and Luna aren't going to be talking to each other for 10 minutes. They could be catching up for a couple of hours, and that's easily enough time for cargo lighter to go down, Kana to teleport people around. Take a half hour, 15 minutes to half hour for people to physically travel to the docks, check out, and leave. I don't think we even need to do any kind of checks or logistics for that unless you want to do anything special.
I do not.
Okay. It clears you. It clears the people that you've left on the ground according to traffic control. Yeah, actually, that is a very good point. Kana can just teleport between planet and ship right now. But that doesn't actually fix your problems with people being logged as leaving the planet. So you still have to go through that little song and dance of showing, the people that we brought planet side are now leaving the planet. And it gives you
Is there
more.
any chance we could Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, is there any chance we could also switch to a new day?
We could. Yeah, I don't think that that's unrealistic either. That it takes that Luna and Nia effectively spend the night and you guys roll over to your third day in Hannah or Astos orbit. Is that what you guys want to do?
As long as the conversation doesn't awkwardly pause while the day rolls over, and then we pick up exactly where we left off the next day.
No, this would be the next morning. It would change the conversation to be the next morning.
That's fine, that's fine.
Okay. So here's a question for you, Nox. Does that mean that we're leaving Elise planetside for the night, or are you picking her up and we're just kind of, or are you picking her up the same day and then we're resuming the next?
We did the crew scramble before nightfall.
Okay. All right. So crew scramble before nightfall. Elise is not stuck in a hotel room. Maid service comes by and picks up the half-eaten discards of takeout.
There was a maid.
There is a maid, yeah. That's where you heard it, Jackal.
I did it.
Did it.
I predicted the future, just like my character.
You circled the square.
I am a maid zing.
Oh boy, they're getting worse.
That's getting out of control now, there are two of them.
Okay.
And yeah, everybody is back aboard the ship. It is the morning of the 29th of April. Now, I hate letters that have parts below the line. Why do they exist? Like lowercase y. Why? I find myself so often, like I tried writing 429 and I found the 9 right there in the middle of the little dippy y. Like, scratch it all out and write it somewhere else. Just a pain in the ass. We need to get rid of them. Anyways, my personal issues aside, it's the next day, next morning, and Percy is having a conversation with Luna and Shadow. I'll go ahead and make her normal size now. Mention.
Yeah, so Percy visibly laughing as Luna suggests, but if they're trying to go straight, right after he said that they're just trying to keep their options open. Yeah, I think yeah, Percy's actually gonna look at Shadow at that point and say, I suppose you've got reason to be wary as well, haven't you?
Can you repeat that? You suppose you got what?
I suppose you've got reason to be wary as well, don't you?
Seeing who buys and sells.
Hmm.
Who ships dangerous things.
Hmm.
Never trusted another android in my life.
That's so?
And Luna scowls at her. Quickly safe. Jackal.
I'm curious, do you mind sharing or?
I'm gonna have to turn you up a little bit here, Viral. You were very quiet today.
Okay. Yeah, so Percy just goes, huh, is there a story there you want to share?
He's saying that to Shadow?
Shadow actually saying, oh, never trust another android.
Nope. No story. Just,
Okay.
I mean, they're programmed. How can you trust them? You know they've got little back doors and loopholes.
Not wrong.
Everyone present, please
Yes.
roll me a Wisdom Notice skill check.
Is this Spot Libra lurking?
Eva just awkwardly in the corner, not sipping on coffee because she doesn't need it.
I mean, to be fair, not too many people are aware of sapient androids. But also, the sapient android does have the back holes.
Yeah,
Back doors.
But she at least warned us about it and purposely stays out of situations where it might come up.
Well,
that's
yeah. All you really see is just a kind of roll of the eyes from Luna.
with a 12? Fucking hell, they're hiding it well. Impressive stuff. Okay, yeah, Percy's just gonna go. Okay, there's no story. There's no story. But yeah, putting that aside, I'm curious. What are you all planning on doing now? Obviously, I suggested Shadow, you don't need to. Like, I don't know if you want to go and oversee the slaves or what, but yeah, I suppose if that was the case, you would have stayed on the ship, wouldn't you?
Yeah, no, they're taking care of that guy's. He's okay, I guess.
Hmm.
And
Yeah, so
VitalSec is one of the better companies. I'm
yeah, you can't. Sorry, go on.
yeah, I guess I'm glad it was him.
Yeah, you can't really rag on a mercenary for doing exactly what they were hired for, and then giving up as soon as the employer's kaput.
Well, they can not take the job. They know it's wrong.
I mean, yes.
Right?
I mean, I mean, and Percy just sort of gives her a meaningful look.
I had no choice. Don't look at me like that.
Yeah, just like you don't know what they did either, but not important right now. So, you all got plans for what you're doing now?
We talked about relocating Luna. Luna speaks up.
Mhm.
It's not really the best idea. I could probably get a transfer to another Spectre Star facility, but
Mhm.
I'm good where I'm at. They're gonna ask questions why and why I would deserve it.
Hmm.
But
I mean, to spend more time with your sister is a legit answer. Are they gonna go deep enough into it to check whether she's actually there or not?
yes, yeah.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Fair. I was never really the best job pick.
there's a little bit of a cracking in Luna's very well maintained facade. There's definitely something that she is not telling you, and Elise and Percy are starting to see that.
Okay. Okay. Hmm.
Hmm.
Just thinking out of character for a moment. Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Um. Percy's gonna continue with. Well, if you've like got stuff tying you back there, even if it's just you don't want to go, then far be it from me to force you, I guess. And it looks Shadow. What about you? Thoughts?
No, it's a good idea. It's not safe for her there. If
What?
if Perimeter ever discovers that
Mm-hmm.
I'm alive, that I'm
Mm-hmm.
and that there was if they ever found out that Luna lied about
Mm-hmm.
me,
Yeah, then it's equally dangerous for her.
she's dead.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Luna disagrees. No, they're not gonna kill me. Just serve.
Hmm.
And they get into a little spat about how being incarcerated is basically death, and
Mm-hmm.
Luna's like, no, I can continue working for Spectre Star, and Shadow says, no, that's still death.
Nah. Doug is, nah, you can break out of jail.
Don't start. Don't start.
And Shadow looks over, like, not helping.
Yeah, no, ignore him. He has issues with jail cells and explosives. Don't worry about
Yeah, that's fine. So do I.
There's a bit of a history.
that. A little bit.
But
But yeah, I get.
good to know.
I guess your. Yeah. I guess your options then are like, either you don't get discovered, look at Shadow, or you take Luna with you wherever you're going, so that even if they do find, even Perimeter do find out, they can't find her.
No, she's not like an object, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I'm just saying,
I'm
like,
disagreeing with you.
okay. I mean, Luna, how much do you really want to be? No, that's bad. I shouldn't assume for you, but like, I get the feeling you're gonna want to stick a little bit closer to your sister anyway, right?
She's done fine on her own. I have a good job here.
Yeah, I'm not doubting that you're doing okay on your own. I'm just.
There's a little uncomfortable uncertainty on both their faces.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm.
Nobody has
Yeah,
actually
let's go.
asked.
Mhm.
She hasn't volunteered.
Yeah, no,
Then
I was
Miyako will
like,
ask, a good job doing what?
oh, okay.
Um, quality control for androids.
Ooh.
Oh. Yeah, I don't.
Oh,
Does that mean anything to y'all? What quality control for androids?
I have a thought. I have a thought. But you also have a thought.
Oh, I know. Well, actually, I guess it's a thought. I guess I can't. I don't remember specifically, but I'm pretty sure I know what that entails.
Mm-hmm. I have a
That
decent
to,
idea. Also, at this point, I think we should put you in the galley with us.
yeah. That's fine. I've wandered in recently. I wandered in right as the prison conversation was happening.
Yeah. Of course.
Nice. Yeah, hears someone mention prison or explosives, and suddenly he's there. It's like what Das does with the internals of the ship, except he doesn't actually do that. He's just there.
Yeah.
Do we have yet another unidentified Scion on the ship?
Sense the prison conversation.
I'll never tell.
What, because you don't know?
We are missing a telepath, aren't we?
Ugh. But yeah, jokes aside, yeah, Person sort of like when there's that lull in the conversation, Person sort of looks at Shadow again and goes, "Don't think that I don't notice you're dodging the question. By the way, do you have any idea what you're gonna do?" No is a fine answer. Just wonder where you're at. It'd be a pain in the ass if we helped you out there and then you just wind up in another shitty situation, you know?
Well, I got like a dozen jobs I can take.
Yeah.
I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Are you offering? You guys need a pilot? I'm the best there is.
Percy just sort of looks over at Kana for a moment there just to see how she's taking that.
Shadow follows his gaze. No, I promise you I'm better.
Well, first of all, we need to set up this a challenge at some point and see who's better the pilot. Second of all, how do you feel about a fighter?
They're small and risky.
How do you feel about a modded fighter?
Maybe one that's real quiet and hard to find.
Oh, just like yourself. But yeah, I mean, if you want quiet and hard to find, remind me, who were the most notorious criminals a while back and then managed to go entirely to ground to the point where your sister was surprised that we still exist? Remind me?
I
get it, you guys are the Raza. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, she did like say it 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind doing some work on a. I wouldn't mind doing some work on a fighter. I'm just throw that out there.
Well, that's not really my forte, but yeah.
I mean, we certainly need. I'm sure we'll need to get to places quietly without a big ass fucking cruiser.
put a smuggler's hold on it. I will get you quiet to the planet. Nobody will catch you.
That's actually not a bad idea, y'all.
Yeah, no, I'm
To
definitely
be able
seeing
to
how-
actually approach planets without anyone knowing there's a big fucking cruiser there.
Yeah, I'm definitely seeing some of how we could help each other. And, like, I'm no pilot myself, but I'm reliably informed that this is one hell of a ship to pilot. Shit, even we're still figuring out the full extent of what it can do.
I have to admit, it's always been kind of a dream to pilot the Raza, but guys are scary as hell.
We don't
We
bite
don't
unless they'll bite us first.
I know what your captain did. Some of the things.
That's a complicated story right now.
Mm.
Yeah, Luna breaks the egg on that one. Says, "Yeah, they don't know where she is."
Yes.
If anything, we're a little worried about her finding us.
I feel like at this point, I feel like we can trust you with some confidentiality, right? Yes, I mean, of course we can. You know about the fucking Raza. Yeah. So most of us, like those of us that you would recognize as Raza, have actually been suffering from some memory loss. Like we don't really remember much of anything beyond out of character. Dex, how long has it been now since we woke up?
Well, it's the end of April, and you woke up September 15th.
Okay,
7 months.
same month. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, we don't really remember much beyond the past 7 months. Yeah, 7. That's about right, right? It looks over at least. Yeah, that's right.
Full on memory loss.
Mm,
It's
yeah.
about when you disappeared.
Funny how that happens, ain't it? Yeah, we still got a lot of questions, and like from some people in news before, we've been informed that we were a bunch of scary motherfuckers before, and we're just not quite that now. I mean, I don't want to paint this as, oh, we're all do good, white knight, do no
Yeah,
evil.
no, and we ain't
Yeah,
reformed, but our predilections
no,
may have changed because what with the complete memory loss.
yeah. Call it neutral rather than terrorist at this point.
Well,
Like,
Porcelain is still scary, coming
mm,
from Luna.
yeah, no, I'm willing to believe that. We have no idea what the fuck has been going on with her. She wasn't here with us when we woke up, and we have
She's
no idea what the fuck's happened since.
intense and driven.
Mm,
She came to our facility to see operations once. Security,
mm.
as security, and
Mhm.
she just you don't talk to her.
Yeah, so without any context, Doug wants to ask. It's like, yeah, so we got her memories lying around here, right? Don't we?
She
Oh,
So
what?
she ain't got her memories either.
yeah, no, she's, as far as we know, like, we never actually, did we? We never actually did we? Referring to, did we check the QED?
I mean, we never read him, but I think. Oh wait, did we
No.
confirm? Yeah, no, they had her name on him. Right? They all
He
had
never
our names.
Oh,
does.
yeah.
Nobody dove in.
Well, we didn't because we thought
Never-
that's disrespectful. But
Never in-
I'm
never-
going to posit
never-
here right now. We should
never
maybe
in-
check. Well, no, I don't know.
Never in recorded history has someone put the wrong sticker on something.
Right.
Yeah, so
I mean, well, all our memories are right.
Percy turns back to Luna for a moment, and his eyes are suddenly kind of sharp and intense. And he's like, "So, as far as you know, did she seem to be suffering from any kind of memory loss, or you said she's acting more or less the way you would expect her to act?"
She was in charge and confident. She didn't look like she didn't know what was going on.
And she was talking like she knew the Vaza, right?
We kind of came out knowing what we were doing too.
Mm,
It's really easy to just say that you know shit.
yeah, but
Well, presumably that they told her
and I, suppo-
that we took
and I
the
suppose,
ship,
and I suppose Luna, you
so
wouldn't
she
really
wouldn't
whether-
know that we don't have our memories either.
And I suppose Luna, you wouldn't know whether she had like her technical memories or like in-depth anecdotes or
I
fuck.
I don't know. She didn't have any technical knowledge of the operation. She just
Okay.
had very specific knowledge of malfunctioning androids.
Yeah, that would track with how we woke
Right,
up.
we never
wouldn't
found
it?
Android, did we?
Never
We
did
did
find
not.
android.
No, we had that she got sold off along with the rest of the salvage from the ship.
Yeah, I suppose that is technically finding her, but you haven't found her, but you know what her where
Last
she went.
known direction
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, as I recall, we put Cassian LaRue on the while he was searching for the infodrive,
Mhm.
because we had that would be along with the some of the salvage, I think.
Oh.
Is that right?
Does that imply Portia Lynn doesn't know where Android is either?
Possibly, quite possibly, actually.
Maybe finding Android should become a priority then.
Maybe it should. Maybe it should. Huh. But yeah, back in character.
Oh, that was in
Person
character. I know I didn't have my southern twang on it.
You guys just want to buy an android?
You've always got better twang. No, it's long
Well,
story.
no, I mean the Android formerly known as Android, but I guess probably still known as Android.
Yeah, the former second in command was an android, just called Android
Who would
Portia
name an
Lynn's
android android?
herself, I guess. But apparently she was Portia Lynn's closest confidant.
No, we don't know. We don't remember.
Do we not? Fuck. I thought we knew that. Do we not know
Okay.
that?
Oh, I think you did know that she was Porcelain's confidant. Even if you didn't, even if it
Yeah.
hasn't come out, I think
Yeah.
your characters could have gleaned it from various sources.
Yeah. I was also in character, out of character. We got that bit about how Android could have flown the ship by herself. Probably.
That one I don't remember, and I'll let you guys have that information, but that's not widely known. That is something that you guys would have had specific. Oh, okay. We'll say that you found that through looking in the Roz's internal systems, and that she had done it in the past.
Okay.
But that's not
Yeah,
widely
Percy-
known.
Okay, Percy will just battle that off as like, because he doesn't know how widely known it is that an android can or can't do that. He was going, yeah. So, Android.
Wait,
supposedly
no.
Portia Lynn-
What you're talking about is an AI. It's different from an android. One
Percy, look-
android was running the ship. That's not an android, that's an AI.
You expecting just the VI do it?
Excu-
It's not enough
Excuse me for a
processing
moment.
power.
Excuse me for a moment. Hang on. Fuck, I'm just going to text roleplay. I'll type it in, but basically, Percy's going to text, like, let's say Acid and Libra, and Notario, sure, what the heck, and just go, hey, you'll remember Android, right? Is it true that she could run the ship by herself?
Let's see. Among those three, I think you first get a response back from Notario.
Yeah.
And it is a simple, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you later get a response from Libra. It is yes. It just took her longer to get that sent.
Okay. Yeah, no, word on the street from the ones who do actually remember her being around. There was a couple of us that didn't have amnesia. They went on the ship when it got lost. Long story.
Wait,
You know, so they-
wait. Before you go on, you guys know that I'm supposed to report you, right? So, the more you tell me, the
What-
more
what-
at risk I am.
Or the more likely it is you're coming with us.
Hey, don't force her. Don't force her.
Yeah, right. Sorry. You know.
Yeah, I
We should
Yeah.
definitely stop here until we come to a decision.
Yeah.
Shadow's like, well, I want to know more.
Yeah, well,
Okay,
we can't fuck around.
Yeah. Shadow, if you want to know more, then I guess we're gonna have to split off for the moment. Sorry, Luna.
Yeah, fine. I'll just have
Sorry.
breakfast.
You know, You know, yeah, you get your breakfast. We'll take it out into the.
Just wear these headphones.
Listeners,
You can't. You don't know how to lip read,
that's
right?
mean. That's mean.
Is it? It's
We
pretty
had-
good.
I'll just turn my back to you. How's that? Now give me the headphones.
Wait, so you can't lip read?
Not important.
It's
Well, okay, yeah. Sorry.
You say,
It's a useful
Captain
skill in Spectre Star Technologies.
Not
And even
shady
more
design.
useful when dealing with Mercure Core.
Mm,
Yeah, I can
jeez.
believe that.
Yeah. And then once Luna has put on her headset and turned away,
Mhm.
Percy will just say to Shadow, okay, so full details are sign-on bonus. TLDR, a few of us who weren't here when the ship went missing do still have the memories. They don't know what the fuck happened to us either. But word on the street is, yes, Android could operate the entire ship by herself.
That's badass and scary.
Right?
So she's an AI then, like Luna said.
Percy just sort of shrugs. I guess? I don't know. As far as I can remember, I've literally never met Android in my life. Which is the fucked up part.
Is she one of those living androids that I've heard about?
Literally couldn't tell you.
I do wonder how much Luna could tell you about that, though.
Well, if she's gonna have to
Only if
report
she
us,
stays.
yeah, if she's gonna have to report us, then I guess we can't pick her brains on it, which is annoying.
You can see a little on Shadow's face that, yeah, maybe it's because of Luna that she even knows about living androids, as she calls them.
Oh, I guess that's true. Yeah, most
Ooh.
people wouldn't even be aware. Yeah.
Most
Mm.
people aren't
That
aware
most
of
people,
the sapient androids.
Mm,
Going to report us or should
should.
report us?
That's the question, isn't it?
Well,
I'm worried that she'll slip now.
one of
Mm.
those answers is she's not leaving the ship whether
She's
she
not going to
wants to or
report
not.
us. Or you. She won't.
Oh,
promise.
was that a slip?
Question asked.
Was that a slip there? I'm sorry, I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah. I mean, your offer's the best I've had.
Hmm.
How much are you going to pay me, though?
Negotiable.
Yeah.
Well,
we don't need
my current best offer is 700
What, like a
700
month?
per.
a day. A month? What?
She's fucking with you.
I mean, we could probably afford it, but we
So
also
what?
don't really have a ship to put her in.
Yet. See,
Yet.
that's the part why I was in favor of like turning her loose for a bit.
400 for standby?
Kinda. Hmm. Yeah,
And
no,
maybe
that
I can fly once in a while?
sounds fair.
Come on, it's the
Sounds
Raza.
That's true. Yeah, no, it's like out of character. Just look at the ship's funds. How much do you think we put? How much do we pull in a month on average by salvage? I think we can afford it. We have information we could sell. We have pre-tech that we could theoretically sell. We really shouldn't, but we could. We have other abilities. We haven't really been taking bounties or anything, which is the thing that we could do. Yeah, no, I think we can afford this. Personally.
By the way, I think I have forgotten a couple of months in a row.
I still think we can afford it.
Our crew.
Yes!
Our current crew.
I'm pretty sure I've forgotten to actually charge you for a couple of months, but I don't remember when you got everyone. I have not kept track. So we're just gonna start fresh with April and assume that they were paid because it's not really that expensive for you. But we're at the end of April. Let's go ahead and just take care of the crew salary. It for this month is 18,000.
Mm-hmm. See, what's another 400 on top of that?
400 per day.
Yeah, true.
Your average daily rate right now
That's-
is 33.4.
Okay.
You said 18K, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and subtract that from our current funds.
Yeah.
If I
Yeah, we did already pay maintenance like a month ago, so
yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, to be clear, which is 450,000 every 6 months. That's less than our maintenance.
Yeah.
For I mean, even if we don't get, I mean, that's also considering she comes with 2 artifact pieces of equipment
Yeah, like
that we may be able to borrow, which that's a steal. You just saying.
she has more expensive needs. Like, do we really want a backup pilot being more out of character? Do we really want a backup pilot being more expensive than the rest of the crew put together? A backup pilot.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Hmm.
So long as we can borrow her gear every now and then.
Definitely bring it up in discussions. What's everyone else thinking?
650.
Oh, she's offered 400 as standby. The 650 would actually be a increase over what she's offered.
I
Did I say
think Jack will
650? I meant 350 on standby.
I was
And
gonna say I think Jack will be 650 active.
400 would add 12,000 to your monthly salary. 350 would add less than that. Would add 10,500 to your monthly salary.
And if Luna decides to stay, I'm not paying her.
Okay, what happens if we decide to
I mean,
keep
we'll do
Luna
room
even
and board.
Yeah, what happens if we decide to keep Luna even though she doesn't want to stay? What happens then?
What do you mean?
Like, will we pay for her? Or will we just let her starve or what?
I'm not following. Room and board, sure, right? But I'm not giving her a fucking salary to fucking freeload.
Yeah.
That's assuming it's voluntary. I don't like the insinuation that she's gonna have to report us.
Yeah, no, I'm not a big fan of that either.
Hey, it's insinuation she should support it, not that she has to. Like
She
more
said
like-
has to.
well, yeah, according to Spectre Star, she would have to.
You know what?
She's supposed to.
You know what? We're
Her
getting
wording may not
sidetracked.
have been.
We're getting sidetracked. Let's just put it as, for the moment, Shadow is definitely, let's say, friendly. And you can hash out the specifics of wage and whether or not you're actually staying on board as a backup pilot or later. Fair?
That would be very unfriendly.
I will also add in, it was Shadow who raised the concern that Luna might let slip. Not that she would
Mhm.
deliberately say, but that she might slip.
Yeah.
Putting herself at risk.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't concerned about you. She was concerned about Luna.
That makes sense, I suppose.
Alright, are we back in character?
I think so. So yeah, like Percy said,
Nox? Hang on real quick, Barrel. Nox?
No, go ahead. I'm still fleshing my thought out.
Okay.
Okay, I was just gonna say, back in character, Percy just like I said before, tell you what, let's say you're definitely allied, is that fair to say? Possibly working for us, we'll let you hash out base later on. How's that? And we'll just move on with this discussion for now.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So, yeah, Android. Apparently it's on KFAI. What the fuck? We're actually not sure. Last we heard was that so the ship basically got right when we vanished, we basically got scrapped for parts and left for dead more or less.
Seeing the
Last
state she was in.
Oh Jesus. Doug wasn't sleeping for a while. Like
Especially not since we came so close to falling into that star.
you were basically existing on coffee for a bit, weren't you?
I was coffee.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, you know how a normal person's 70% water? Yeah. Point being, we had the salvage that got taken from the ship, plus Android herself, went to an NPC battles off the name of wherever it was that we had they were heading. We found that out at some point, right?
Yeah, Hlif, the homeworld of Union, basically.
Yeah. So we had we heard that the salvage and android was heading to cliff, which is not great.
Sounds like they set you up then, doesn't it?
What, Union?
Yeah, if all the salvage and stuff went there.
Hmm.
You know, these people were too stupid.
I mean, you think that if they're able to set us up, then like you think if they're able to set us up, then they would have finished us off, right? And the contractors we actually takes a quick reminder again, sorry. The people that we found that actually did the looting job, did we find out who was in charge of them or
Uh,
the prisoners that we took?
I believe you only found out that they were hired by Union.
Okay, yeah. Mhm. Okay, yeah, so we found out that the scrappers were a union hire, but like in that case, why would they go with the convoluted plan of put us all in cryostasis and pilot the ship towards the sun, which gave us a chance to wake up because we programmed some failsafes in? Why would they not just like, you know, kill us? Union wanted us gone, didn't they?
Yeah, okay, that doesn't make sense.
Right. A lot of questions still outstanding. And with that in mind, honestly, I'm not sure if we're going to get answers unless we actually go there, and that is feeling like not the best idea, honestly. But yeah, it's like I think part of us just wants to live and let live. Like we've got a kick-ass ship, even partly repaired. We can go do normal mercenary stuff. But oh god, man, there's a whole vacant thing. Not important right now.
Yeah, there is this whole other thing that is
Not important. Not important right now.
awareness. But yeah, we won't bring that up yet.
God, I feel like we lost the thread of this conversation.
Yeah, you guys lost me. What does this have to do with AI and androids and keeping my sister safe?
Yeah, things are complicated, ain't they?
Okay, so thank you for bringing it back. Yeah, so bunch of irons in the fire. Android is only one of them, which is why we didn't go there yet. Higher priorities.
Wait, fuck. Is she in danger just because she's seen porcelain?
I mean, probably.
Non-zero chance.
Fuck! Why does this world suck so much?
Seconded. But yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
so
porcelain is basically her boss, right? Like, not directly, but head of Spectrestar Security, Technology Security, says you're fired or you're dead, then you're fucking dead.
God, how the
You know, we
fuck
weren't.
did we
To be fair, when we came into this, we weren't expecting her to be working for Spectrestar like that.
Yeah, we weren't. We were like we just heard that you had a
Also,
situation.
I don't think we were aware Spectrestar was that far that out for us.
It's one of the megacorps. Are you really surprised, Doug?
Oh, I know, but I mean, I didn't think they had like especially.
With the Vaza, are you really surprised, Doug?
I mean, it just seems a lot more personal with them.
We'll just kill them too. It's fine.
All of them?
Maybe.
Can you spare Luna, please?
Of course.
You can spare Luna.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Unless she fucking reports us.
She's not gonna report you.
The point is, we had a bunch of irons in the fire. That's why we didn't investigate stuff like, for example, Android, because we were juggling literally 20 other things. And one of the things was we heard you had a shit situation. We were thinking, oh, maybe we could hire her as a pilot. And then, well,
Alright, well,
kind of in a direction and
that's an easy conversation as opposed to this scrambled shit sandwich.
You think it's bad in a conversation? Try living it.
You got your own problems. You live in your own shit.
Fair. So we had, amazing pilot, having trouble. Also with slavers, we don't particularly like slavers either. We came and helped you. No obligation for you to actually
Thank you for that, by the way.
work with us for a bit. We can talk. Oh. Pierce just sort of taps a salute to his head. No obligation to like come work for us or anything. We just figure, hey, even if you don't join us, being friends with the best pilot in the sector. And he says that he's doing his best not to look in Guyana's direction, but he can feel a stare.
Debatable.
Like, probably has
Race
its
me.
benefits. Probably has its benefits regardless of whether you're along with us or not. So, Billy, it's up to you. That's a whole conversation we can have later. And I think we should probably take the headset off your sister now, so that y'all can figure out what's going on.
Oh, wait,
But
before we do, let's
Sure.
talk about my rate. I don't want her knowing how much I make.
Wait, sorry, hold on. How much have you been sending home?
out of character. I was hoping that by saying you can talk about the rate later on would mean at least our hiring manager can discuss rate with you.
She wants to do it now.
200 standby monthly.
No.
That was a joke. That was a joke out of character.
Oh, okay.
350 standby, 700 active.
Oh, that's such a pain in the ass, though. Like, then we have to figure out when I'm active and when I'm not.
You log your hours when you're at the console.
Yeah, okay. Stepping in as a GM, I would like to do it as a daily rate. Can we just average that out to 400?
We can do it as a daily rate. That's fine.
Okay, yeah, she'll accept a split fee like that, but for our purposes for tracking, to keep it easy, we'll just put her down as a standard rate of whatever. I say 400 is probably good. It's probably lower than she would end up racking up, but I'm fine with that. If you're okay.
Sounds good to put down on paper.
Okay. Then yeah, she's actually amenable to tracking that. You can kind of see the dollar signs lighten up in her eye as she goes through all the different ways that she can be active.
You're gonna be fighting with that one to get onto the console, so best of luck.
She has to sleep sometimes.
I do think she charges a whole lot for what is it, even as a backup, but nobody else seems to have a problem with it, so I'm okay with it. We can make money.
Hey, you get what you pay for.
That was out of character.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, why would I have said she's instead of you're otherwise?
I thought it was he was directing it to Elise as like argument, but yeah, okay, no, that worked. That's fair.
Yeah, out of character, I still think she charges a ton, especially even as a standby, but nobody else seems to have a problem with it, so I'm okay. There are other ways we can make money.
She really is. She is asking for a very high rate, but also out of character, she does legitimately have offers for 600 a day, 700 a day. So
yeah.
She has other places where she could earn
command
more.
a high price.
Yeah.
I know.
Come on, we can definitely make more than that in a month doing off of shares with the Raza. Come on.
Yeah.
We make more on that salvaging with the Raza.
He says, as we didn't make more than that this month salvaging with the Raza.
I mean, we haven't been salvaging this much, have we?
Yeah.
My point exactly.
Well, on average, though.
We did get 2 pieces of pre-tech off that ship, though. Which blows my mind.
Are you going to be selling them?
Well, no, we still need to fix the Raza.
Where are you going to be buying them?
You can't just go buy pre-tech.
Then it's kind of irrelevant to the money question, isn't it?
No.
If you weren't going to buy or sell them anyway.
Than money. It's more important than money.
All right, back to the shadow at hand.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll say that there's a little bit of sparring, unless you just unless you disagree, Jack, we'll say there's a little bit of very brief sparring over fees and rates now, and it's acceptable enough that Shadow says we'll work out the specifics. She's willing to work out the specifics of it later and put it in the contract, and then Elise and Shadow do reach that agreement.
Sounds good to me. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a little quick burst of salary talk right here, right now that Shadow focuses in on. She is showing that she is focused on money. That's very important to her, and she has some hard limits as to how where she won't go lower than. I'll give you all, anyone that's witnessing this, an insight check if you'd like, a wisdom notice check.
Sure. Oh Jesus, the fact he's multiplied again. Why?
Sorry, Doug isn't going to because he's just down for going ahead and paying whatever she asks.
Okay.
He just honestly at this point. This point, Doug just wants to start working on modding a fighter.
Yeah.
So through this little spat and any comments or conversation, your characters can take the impression that it's a little bit of a pride thing on her minimum. She has been sending a certain amount to Luna, and she doesn't want to start sending less. She is effectively going to end up sending just about every spare credit of this 400 average to Luna.
So what I'm hearing here,
Luna is fucking loaded.
what I'm hearing here is that we could renegotiate this if we also hire Luna.
Maybe. I've presented this in previous cycles, but when money gets sent from an NPC to their family or whatever, there's usually a pretty big cut taken from the planetary government, corporations. So it's not like
laundering.
it's not like she's getting 12,000 credits every month. Luna's probably getting a fraction of that.
Yeah. I mean, if Luna's staying in the vicinity, then I imagine the exchange rate when like handing credits or handing stuff over is a lot lower than transferring it from planet to planet.
It's not favorable.
Yeah.
But Luna, I mean,
it's
even so,
like
Luna definitely has a lot of money with how long Shadow's been sending her money.
Yeah. Dex, my point is that doing the star slot number equivalent of handing someone $20 who's standing in front of you, it's easier than the equivalent of, for example, you sending $20 to someone in France.
Oh yes, I see what you mean. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So that aside, just before they take the headset off, Luna, Percy goes, wait, actually, So we think Luna is in trouble. Do you think we should bring her along? He's looking at Shadow as he says that.
If she's at risk of Darkstar figuring out she's been on the fucking Raza.
I
don't want them turning her into an android.
You can do that.
You don't want to excuse me? What the fuck? Right?
Huh?
I mean, isn't that what the living androids are?
I don't think so.
Yeah. What?
I mean, do we know that? Maybe that is how they're made.
No.
I didn't think so.
But the reactions were beautiful. Oh man.
You believe in ghosts too?
Yeah, Percy just started like, I think they're just really realistic. I don't think they were ever people.
I think the wires get crossed in weird ways.
That's a good question.
Regardless of if that's true or not,
Yeah.
I am very motivated to make sure that that information does not go into our arch enemy's hands. Well,
Yeah,
they're not our arch enemy. Union's our arch enemy. Our tertiary enemy, secondary enemy.
Out of character, was it Mercure or Spike to start? It was Mercure that did the trail stuff, right?
Mercure that did the trail stuff, yeah.
Okay, yeah, we'll say that equal second then.
Equal
Aren't
second.
they all your? Oh, this was out of character. My bad.
Yeah. We'll say equal second. Back in character. Yeah, sorry, what were you saying, Elise?
No, it's just I don't want anyone getting blabbed to, especially not one of our fucking enemies. So I'm very incentivized to keep Luna on board the ship.
Yeah, and we don't want her running off all of the Mega Cops at this point either. She's nice. You're both nice. I mean, it's not.
Is this
it's not
one
like
of
it'd be
those
like.
out of the frying pan into the fire situations?
I mean, if you consider the situation that she had with her handler from the nest egg before as a frying pan, then it's kind of out of the frying pan onto the unlit bonfire kind of situation.
That's worse.
Yeah, kinda, isn't it?
You're saying that the Raza is a bonfire.
No, I'm saying that going back to her job with Spectrestar as a bonfire.
Oh.
I think we're gonna have to revise that kidnapping policy.
Kidnapping
I mean,
policy?
they're not underage.
It's a running joke.
What?
It's a running joke.
Are you slavers?
No, we're not.
Absolutely not.
No, if we
It's
were,
just, young people want to join us.
look,
And
if we were
it's just like it's a suspicious number of young people.
if we were slavers, would we have handed over the nest egg to the proper authorities to get the slaves sent back to their families?
If we were slavers, would we be paying you?
Actually, were they still paying you? Oh, it is. Not
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
These are all questions that slavers would ask to avoid getting caught out.
Maybe if you're a special
All right.
parent,
Well, I haven't
yeah,
told
sure.
the person yet, so my hands are clean on this one.
You can't
Yeah, it
force
isn't helping.
Luna to leave her life.
We can't.
You're not going to give me a choice.
At least, no, we can't force her. We can strongly advise. We can warn her how badly things would go if she slipped up at all. And
we can spend a lot of effort convincing her.
And we can say, "Hey, your beloved big sister is working with us," but we can't force her. You're right.
She works with fucking androids. God damn it! We just fucking hire her.
Yeah, there is something.
We have questions about that.
Yeah, there is something Android related that we want to run past her, regardless of whether she decides to join us or not. It's not like it'll be a hostage situation here. It's like we can probably find use for her skills on the Raza. I'm pretty sure we could. I can think of one already.
I think of a couple.
Mm.
I can think of even fewer than that you'll like, but
yeah, you're right. We can't force her. We think it'd be a good idea. We'd recommend it, but we can't force her.
We might even be able to entice her with based on her job.
I think it's actually probably going to seem pretty. It's going to seem like we have a vested interest if we try. Should we let her join back in the conversation? I feel like we should let her join back in.
No, she doesn't.
I mean, she's not leaving, so it's fine.
You say things like that, and
we should have. I think we should have a conversation with her and see if we can entice her to be willing to join us.
Elise is overzealous and easily talked out of things.
Does she even have a choice at this point?
I'm sorry, what did you say about me?
Well, absolutely, but we want to. Well,
Would you care to
the more I think about this,
oh sure, overzealous. You say a lot of mad shit that you don't actually mean.
Fuck you.
Am I wrong?
No.
Shadow's watching this
Thank you.
interaction, this exchange, keenly.
Thank you.
How many? God. I'm just thinking about the conversations with fucking Cassian. God, he fucking pisses me off.
Cassian
Yeah.
LaRue?
Yeah, he's a
What?
cunt.
How many other Cassians do we know?
Uh, go figure, you guys know Cassian. On a first name basis, Mr. LaRue.
Oh, even
Oh,
if he asked me to say his last name, address him as like Mr. or Sir, I'd fucking spit on his face and say no.
or just hire his daughter a second time.
She can make that decision herself.
That reminds me, has she mailed you yet?
Nope.
Yeah, eventually.
Soon.
Hmm.
I'm sure of it. I don't even need to see the future for that one.
But yeah, so getting off track one more time. And Percy just taps Luna on the shoulder, and like when she turns, he sort of gestures to the headset.
Yeah.
Like I sort of take it off motion.
Yeah, she'll take it off and kind of put her spoon back in the bowl.
Mm-hmm.
There is way too much sugar in this.
Oh god, feel like Kwana in the food.
It's
This
starting
is
to grow on
supposed
me,
this is supposed to be cereal.
and it's not too bad for non-packaged food.
I don't know how you live on this stuff.
Most of us don't. Most of us don't. We've learned how to identify the ones that Kwana set aside for herself. It's a survival mechanic. I would say I would say you'll get used to it, but well, that's the crux of the question, isn't it?
Okay, hold up. Before you move on from this, I looks over at Shadow, right?
We need to get one thing very clear. When you see chocolate milk in the fridge, you cannot take that. That's not for everyone.
Wouldn't dream of it.
Good.
Okay, good. Percy just sort of staring off into the distance like shell shock type, and then like, okay, so back to the present day. But yeah, so first of all, Luna, feel free to congratulate your sister on her new job.
There's a mix of emotions across her face, including amongst them fear and yeah, fear is a big component.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Luna or Nia, dangerous. And unless somebody interrupts it, there's a short little bicker about how it's no different than anything else. These guys are probably safer than other jobs because they don't fucking do anything. Have you heard anything about the Raws doing anything the last few months?
You know what? I'm
Shadow does downplay how dangerous she expects it to be here.
Yeah. Percy just like, don't backstab the new employee.
And Luna levels a I know you're lying to me gaze upon her. So, sisterly interactions again. Yes, you are. And after that little tangent of sisterly spat, Luna looks back over to Percy. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Out of character, I'm actually not sure how to handle this. Someone else want to jump in?
I lost my train of thought. What are we jumping on for?
Trying to convince Luna to be hired by or at least stay with us.
Oh, I got this.
Oh
Got this
boy,
down.
I was worried about this.
Ow. Ow.
Remind me who was joking about adding another one to the kidnapping tally, Jackal. Oh Jesus.
Look, it's not my fault that I say what everyone else is thinking all the time.
That's the thing, we're not always
That's
thinking
not
it.
a flaw. That is it's the opposite of a flaw.
Yeah, no, the flaw is that you can't figure out what the rest of us are thinking before you say what we're all thinking.
All right, so let's hear what Elise comes at Luna with.
You work with living androids, right, Luna?
There's some hesitation, but she does unspokenly confirm. Yes, she nods.
Can you tell me just a tiny bit about what you do specifically?
Well, I check the coding and make sure that there are no defects. I don't actually
Phenomenal.
do it myself. Have been promoted to supervision, but I know the job.
All right. Well, every supervisor fucking hates their life, right? So you'd rather be doing shit again, isn't that right?
Well, yeah, I guess.
And it just so happens that we happen to have an android present on board ship,
Oh,
and we are
please don't tell
looking
me what
for
you're about to
another
say.
android. Kind of loosely on the second part, but the first part definitely is a bigger priority. So
Suddenly threatening music. There's an android on ship.
I would like to give you a position on board the crew to help us with our android crew member, and eventually the second crew member that we find whenever. Well, I don't want to say we get around to that because that makes it sound like it hasn't been a priority, but there's been other things and there's been a very cold trail.
I don't think you can afford me.
No?
All right, you give the headphones to your sister.
And Shadow's like, what? And then the headphones are on her, and she's
Elise is just making the turnaround motion with her finger.
she's making a grumpy Nico face, and she turns around, stomps her foot.
Name your price.
Well, I'm currently being paid 65 a day.
65 a day, is that it?
That actually is
Elise
very
like
a lot
laughing.
for civilians.
Yeah, I know it is, but it's still hilariously low relative to what we've been talking about. Now,
Elise is crying laughing. Oh my god. You had me worried there for a second. I thought they actually paid you.
65 is a lot.
100.
100 for what?
A day. To work here. Give you some other tasks too, other than just the Android stuff. Maybe you'll learn something.
That's top researcher. Hey.
No, it's not. It's crew member pay.
I don't see any other researcher here with your qualifications or expertise, so
Don't let
that
Ashley
would
say
make you our top researcher, would it not?
that. Okay, yeah, fair.
We have a scientist, but not for androids, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Acid.
mean,
I guess Acid is our
Acid-
top scientist, but
Yeah.
Acid's doing a different kind of android research.
yeah.
Okay,
Oh, you said that.
let's say I'm interested. What would I be doing?
I would like you to be working with this Android crew member, assisting her. You say you work with code and defects. I'm sure she can explain her situation a little bit better than I will.
I mean,
We haven't
perhaps cutting out back doors, maybe.
And
we haven't
when you're
figured
not
out
doing
how to
that,
fix them yet.
and when you're not doing that work and that research,
Yeah, I think-
if you ever get bored, I'm sure Doug over there can have you doing some routine maintenance for the ship.
Routine maintenance? I'd rather not.
And then I suggest you get very busy with your research.
In fairness.
And we might be thinking the opposite of what you've been doing.
Yeah, no, it's like.
What are your thoughts on jailbreaking? I suppose is the question. Not literal jailbreaking, though. I do have some experience with that.
I'm under a lot of NDAs. Can
Alright,
you
well.
tell me what you know before I break any of them?
I mean, if you're going to be working with us, you're going to be.
What do we
breaking
know
all
about?
those
I guess the
NDAs
question is,
anyway.
what do we know about Spectre Star's take on QA, Android QA?
Not a whole lot. There are NDAs.
Yeah, I know.
God
Yeah,
damn it.
well, yes, right. Fair enough.
Spectre Star is the most
only-
secretive of the three megacorps. There's
Yeah,
not a
well,
whole
we
lot.
know.
Yeah.
We know sapient androids are a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that
Spectre
they're not
Star
made of
is the
humans.
primary. Spectre Star is the primary manufacturer of androids, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're not made of humans. Probably.
Usually forever.
NDAs don't last forever.
Wow. They might hear. Who knows?
The
Okay,
She's
intimation
gonna
that
have to
she is
break the
making here.
NDA anyway.
I'm sorry. What was that, Jackal?
I don't get the fussing. You're going to break the NDA when you get hired anyway. It's fine.
So the intimation that she's making here is she wants to know how much you know before she potentially risks everything about her life and starts
Right, because we
breaking
haven't-
her NDAs.
Right, because we haven't actually hired her yet, so she doesn't know if she's sticking with us.
And she also
Right.
doesn't really know what you want her to do. She thought she
I-
knew, and now she has questions.
I mean, I guess we can put two and two together. I mean, like, I feel like the big secret would be sapient. Like, I feel like we know at least. Oh, that's a big secret that some androids are sapient, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not
And I
common
don't-
knowledge. So that would be knowing that
Right.
is
I
you
feel
know a
like
surprise to
revealing
her.
that to her, I feel like revealing that to her is not a big deal. It would probably be the main thing she's looking for. Anyone
But
opposed?
The
I'm giving
thing that we
dog giving meaningful looks.
the thing that we want her to do with Libra?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with telling her that.
I'll say that part.
Yeah.
Sure,
Okay. Yeah.
fine.
So we'll shows like we know some androids are sapient. Does that have something to do with the I don't know Spectre Star's Q&A process or not Q&A QA process? But maybe
Well-
the QA involves Q&A. I don't know.
Maybe.
Owners of androids don't typically want them to have their own
Free will.
opinions and personalities. Those are defects.
Those are not defects, but we can agree to disagree.
They're defects under the contracts under which they're sold.
Mm-hmm.
So those get returned to be fixed. I haven't broken any NDAs yet. This is all part of standard Android purchase contract and agreement. What is it you want me to do? Because it doesn't sound like you want them fixed in the same way as these contracts would present.
We want our crew member to be free of all of these little back doors and channels that Spectre Star can use to pull strings on them like they're a goddamn puppet.
Well, it's perimeter in this case.
Perimeter, but whatever.
Yeah.
They're sapient. They need to be emancipated.
Hang on real quick. Hold on to that thought. Any one of you that wants can roll another wisdom notice check. We're making good use of the skill today.
I knew investing it would pay off. I knew it.
That's pretty useful in next games. Oh
God
well.
damn it.
Oh, I thought I had the 6. Oh, thank goodness.
Wait, I rolled,
Yeah, no, you're okay.
That is
I
a
rolled the
new
same
12
result.
there. Yeah.
I rolled the exact same result again. 5 and 4 on the dice.
It's just
Nice.
Oh shit, hang on. So there's when you mentioned backdoors and a ability to control an android, there was a brief moment of concern on her face.
Okay.
I think Kana and Elise would have picked up on this.
Okay.
She is fairly good at keeping her secrets here. And were you not engaged in what you know is risky conversation, you would probably have missed this. Well, Elise wouldn't have, because then it would have been a 12. But yeah, it would she would have it would have been very fleeting and difficult to see, but because you know what you're looking for, you know conversation you're in, Elise and Kana see that yeah, commenting on the ability to control androids is something that gives her cause for concern.
Hmm.
Is she concerned about the AI singularity? We're not worried about the AI singularity. We got bigger problems than that.
Do you want to share why you're so fussed?
I should be asking you who has revealed the codes to you, but I don't think it even matters at this point. Have
That
you
capital V.
told anyone else about the override codes?
Oh, that's I think we accidentally tricked that out of her.
Yeah, you certainly did.
Percy's just thinking, fuck. He's let away. He don't know about it. Fuck.
Like, so you knew from Labor that Perimeter could, as her owner, authorize,
Yeah.
Yeah,
order
which
her
we thought
around.
was standard. We thought that was standard Android shit.
Yeah, but they had some sort of override procedure. Yeah.
That is standard Android shit.
Okay.
That authority is supposed to transfer with the owner. Lona seems to be indicating that there may be something more to that.
Like Spectrestar keeps backup, that keeps hidden override.
Like every android is possibly a
ownership.
sleeper.
Oh shit!
I don't think Dog would be really good at keeping a straight face after that. To be clear.
But you might have good charisma. Okay, so what was it Luna actually said again?
She asks if you've told anyone else about override codes.
No.
Hasn't come up. No.
You should make sure you never do. If that ever gets picked up on a Spectrestar bug or is heard by the android, you are even more of a target than you already are.
We're already a massive
I'm
target.
not really worried
clear.
about getting on anyone's shit list anymore.
You
So
want?
I suppose they might dedicate it especially like more resources, you know?
Right now, they just have Portia Lynn asking us to check in if we hear anything about you. This would be on a massive information and mobility scale. You would find androids everywhere, glitching out and suffering unexpected errors and attacking.
That is extra concerning.
Yeah.
Wait, how does that?
This is exactly the kind of thing we've been avoiding. Yeah. Yeah. So, God.
That's a bigger reveal than I would expect everybody in this shit.
Layers on layers on layers. Could you help us?
And to reiterate what would probably be character knowledge for you right now, yes, Spectrestar Technologies does make about 75% of the androids in the sector.
Fun.
Not directly through Spectrestar Technologies. Some of them are made by subsidiaries, but you know they're still made by Spectrestar.
Yeah, realize.
So presumably the codes apply to them, which means they could basically 75% of the androids on us.
Yeah.
It is actually
Yeah,
wide enough scale to be an issue.
definitely. So Percy does actually like say to Luna at that point, "Could you help us?"
I don't think I can not now. 100 a day?
100 a day, and you got to
100
work
a day.
on probably the most interesting problem of your entire
But
career.
now should we tell her not to discuss her salary with her sister?
What's your sister? Listen.
What was that, Viral? Was it just a what?
I was saying, no, like, oh, you get to work on possibly the most interesting ship you ever work with. What's your sister?
Oh, we can't be in the same room
I never said
every
same
day.
room.
You will
No,
not be in the
same
same room
Oh,
every
good.
day. I promise that.
But you know, you get to hear from her more than like I'm alive every month or so.
And hey, can you go easy on the intensity? It sounds like you're uh, uh basically saying that I'm indentured now.
Me?
Like, I want to be an equal staff, not someone who's tied here for contractual obligations.
Oh yeah,
If
no,
you're tied to contractual obligations with
I'll-
Spectrestar, with NDAs and contracts,
I
and
want
blah,
out
blah,
of
blah,
that.
blah, blah,
I mean,
blah, blah,
now
blah.
I ain't gonna lie, we are offering you
Be nice.
100 a day for good reason. You know,
Yeah.
be nice. Be nice.
we don't
everyone.
want to be tyrants, so we're gonna offer good pay.
Yeah, but
And we're not going to be tyrants, right? And Percy just sort of leveling a very stern glare around the group, right?
oh,
If she
this
wants to
is.
leave, she can leave. If she blabs, she blabs. If she ends up dying because of that, that's not my fault.
But I'm not going to be chained into the lab, right?
No,
No.
no.
Ah,
Like,
We'll have
Okay.
free reign of
Drop-
the ship. When we dock, you can walk around, shop,
Yeah.
spend your money.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
Really?
You got a whole ship to explore.
yeah, I mean, like, if you want, we can walk you around to meet some of the crew. They can vouch about how they've been find it.
Can I ask for 120? I want to send some money back home to my parents.
Look, at this rate, why don't I just bring your fucking parents aboard? Jesus Christ.
Come on.
They're
Bring it.
old.
Yeah, like, at least bringing them aboard would probably be more than 20.
It's
than another
35
20.
credits more than she's making now. Fine. 120.
Okay. She looks very happy.
Yeah, I guess actually 20 credits a day is probably cheaper. It's probably less trouble for
Yeah.
us than having the old parents on board.
Yeah.
And then that's gonna be a whole drama
Yeah.
thing. We do that.
Yeah, everyone else will be like, oh, but I bring my
We're
sister.
just gonna have
Oh, why bring my
family
sister?"
drama like every other
Yeah.
session.
Okay, okay.
We'll also have all family members like, oh, I want to bring my sister. Oh, I want to bring my third cousin. Oh, I want to bring my uncle.
Okay,
Oh, I want to bring my
I'll-
dog. The dog actually sounds like not a bad idea, but the rest of them, no.
No,
Yeah, I guess we
no,
can check it
no,
out.
no,
Doug is actually pretty curious about his family situation now.
no, you shut up, okay?
Okay, okay.
No, seriously. I
If
do
Dina
wanna
wants to bring his family
Doug
aboard,
does actually
that's
wanna go into
fine.
the
If
QED and ask
Rajwan
about
wants to
family
come
now.
aboard, that's fine, right? I don't mind the family members. I'm not paying the family members a salary to be here. That's my issue.
Only if they have useful skills like Linda, that's fair.
And can we go back to make regular trips back to Estes so I can visit them again?
That seems not unreasonable. We need to be taking trips back for Koana anyway. Shit, it's been a while since we've done that. We should do that soon.
Okay. I mean, it doesn't have to be often. I only go visit them every month or two, anyways.
We will go back. I just can't promise you when. We can strive for say 6 months.
Yeah,
at a maximum.
that's probably okay. I'll need time to go and say bye to them.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
fair.
that's
We'll
fine.
get. Yeah, but we're going to be staying on the planet for a little bit longer anyway.
Okay.
And when you go say bye, you should make sure you remember to put in your, 1
Yep.
day, 2 weeks notice.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, huh? That's right. We might be leaving. We might be leaving in kind of a rush, huh?
I'm not worried about the 2 weeks. I'm more worried about the exit interview.
Mm.
You
Don't have it.
Fucking exit energy.
It's not like they ain't already looking for us.
Mm.
Literally just skip it. Like, hey, I quit, and then go.
What if I just draft like a forged note saying "fuck you" from random
Forged?
new company that's hired you?
I feel like that.
You want to poach me?
Yeah.
Is that not what's happening?
I thought that's what. Yeah, I thought that was pretty clear that we're poaching.
Well,
Kind of feels like
yeah,
happening.
but can you be a company?
Yeah, I can
Can
sell
we?
any lie if you want me to.
Wait, do we need to legally be a company to poach?
On Astos?
I thought the whole point
yeah.
of poaching was. I thought the whole point of poaching was it ain't legal.
A
No,
lot of
it's-
things
it's
are
not-
legal on Astos.
It's
You think-
actually
you think of
poaching is
animal
legal. It's just companies have agreements to not poach from each other, like non-competitiveness clauses and shit like that.
Yeah, and we have no such thing, and therefore.
Therefore, we poach.
Those non-compete clauses mean nothing on Astos also.
So who do
yeah,
you want to have
that's
poached you? What's going to look great on your resume?
make me look good, and I'll. Then you can send the letter.
Perimeter?
No, to
Here,
Spectre Star
perimeter.
Technologies.
No,
Oh,
I
right.
know.
Cross out the perimeter. Did I?
Okay. I'm going to take us out of character real quick because we are approaching the end very rapidly.
Okay, good. Jumping that music give me a tiny bit of anxiety.
The agreements made are that you're going to pose as an off-planet company that has poached Luna Voss. She's confident that this will allay any investigative concerns into her parents. They're not going to be asked any questions because this is, common enough occurrence on Astos. It also sometimes leads to violence between the corps and gets perimeter involved. More often it results in those Cold War type of shenanigans that are rife on Astos. Sometimes where non-affiliated gangs are hired to be violently protesting. Yeah, Astos is a corporate hellhole.
Yeah. All the more reason to get off it as soon as possible.
Yeah. Oh man, chat is going so fast I can't keep up. I'll read it all later. You're going to pay her 120 credits a day. You're going to be paying Nia an average of 400 a day. For both on and off time at lower and higher rates. And there's also mention of getting a fighter that she can use to make stealthy drops for you. You have learned that Spectre Star Technologies does have override codes for androids.
Yeah, that's a new one to me. I mean, I guess it should have occurred to me, but I don't think that revelation ever happened in the previous cycle.
It didn't. It came very close, but didn't actually come up.
Yes, I know there was one case where that was probably a yeah.
Yeah, it was in my notes that there was that it was going to be used. I think it also was in my notes in one of the one shots as well, but never actually got employed. Oh no, I think actually one of the Spectre Star one shots, getting override codes was one of the options if you had if you met certain conditions.
Oh, possibly, and yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I was gonna say.
Okay. So, anyways, yes, you've learned that there are override codes. Luna is actually relieved that you do not want to fix the androids in the same way that Spectre Star Technologies' contracts do.
Oh yeah, no,
Um,
not at all.
That's good. That's good. That's a sign of moral character.
yeah,
Yeah, no.
yeah. She has seen, like, if any of you have seen those ads for that one game, Detroit Become Human or Be Human or something like
Jack?
that,
Oh, okay.
where there's an android that is pleading not to be disassembled because she's shown personality. That has affected Luna.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
and
Yeah, no, we actually want to fix the androids in the moral sense, not fix them as in the factory compliance sense.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So she is actually relieved by that and is becoming excited to work for you now, not just
Oh, that's nice.
hesitant as if like not cornered. She's excited to.
Yeah.
This is actually becoming a voluntary choice more than a backed myself into a corner and now I have to do this.
Yeah, no, that's good. That is genuinely good. It would feel really awkward otherwise.
A little bit, yeah. You got away with not
nice.
having to bring her family aboard.
Good. I mean, I don't know. Like, we didn't. At first, it was looking like, oh yeah, we've got this famous pilot. I guess we have to bring our sister. Oh hey, her sister's an android technician that can maybe help Libra. So maybe the parents wouldn't be so bad, but probably. Yes, probably.
The fun thing is, neither Luna nor Nia actually want their parents aboard. They both care for and love their parents. They just don't want to live with them anymore.
Yeah, no, that's
That's fair. That's fair.
They both, in their own way, feel like they're grown-ups in their eyes.
Yeah.
And so they're pleased with their sense of independence. Anything else that I missed? I don't normally do a summary like this, but I feel like there's been a lot of good information and stuff scattered throughout. I want to just kind
Yeah,
of
definitely.
put it into a
Yeah,
summary.
definitely.
And summarize the
Um,
arrangements so that we didn't need to kind of fuss over them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. We need to prioritize taking a look at Porcelain's QED.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I think we've said I think we're agreed that hey, morally speaking, it ain't right. But at this point, since we know that Porcelain is not happy with us,
Yeah, like, do
I
we
don't
want to be mortal and dead, or do we want to be immoral and alive? I know what I prefer.
We have a few minutes left, and I don't have anything particular that I want to do in review. So,
Well,
do
the
you
other
want
thing-
to make a real quick dip?
the other thing was Doug. Doug wants to check his QED from family.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that's probably fair. I would like to do the Porcelain one when we're all here.
Okay, that's a good point.
Yeah, I'm good with either. Yeah.
Mhm.
But if, for more, yeah, less, I guess, dramatic reveal stuff, Doug's family might be a more less important scene.
Okay.
Are you really doing this because you realized how many of us have daddy issues and you want to join the club?
Well, I mean, I think it was really just the whole like Nia and Luna's family situation. As like Doug's just like, did I have a family situation?
He wants to join the club.
Maybe. Gosh, I'm really trying to find where I bought a motorcycle or the hover cycle. I didn't spend the money on that, didn't I?
I don't remember a hover cycle.
I feel like that was a significant expense that I paid for.
I think you did. I don't remember where you got it, but I know you have one.
Yeah, and for some reason I didn't even jot it down. I know I spent I'm pretty confident I spent the money for it. But I'm trying to find it in the chat.
Shush, Dix, I'm gaslighting him.
Anyways, let's go ahead and do my family memories if that's okay.
Yeah, yeah. You know the whole drill. The four-dimensional foreign perspectives and all that shifting shit.
Like cubes and shit, right? Or rectangles.
Go ahead and roll me a let's see, for family we're gonna go with the Connect Wisdom Connect.
All right. Family. Boom.
Okay. Difficulty was only 8. This isn't a particularly locked away memory. And
Well, that
And
means I don't have two. I don't. That means I don't have daddy issues then, right?
yeah, you really don't have any family issues. Um, Doug's family, like a memory comes up of Doug kind of visiting parents for a family dinner. He lives away from them. He has his own apartment with girlfriend and roommates, but goes
Oh.
back and has this memory of visiting
Make-
with family. And
I got my whole girlfriend getting killed in a fire and being blamed for it.
yeah,
That was my hang up.
that was your hang up. Doug's just having a good old conversation where dad is ribbing him about his band and getting a real job, and mom is asking, hey, when's he gonna make her a grandmother?
Oh no.
Just standard toxic family shit. Got it.
It's I would say it's less toxic. It's toxic meme toxic.
It's yeah. I mean it's kind of wholesome, but then when you investigate it, when you look at it too deeply, it's like that's not healthy.
Yeah.
But you know what? Probably on that planet it's fine. It's just it's just socially normal.
Yeah. That was before the planet ended up with it basically trapped in a Faraday sphere.
Yeah, I
Which
forgot
is
about
that planet is cut off and in complete anarchy now.
What? Because someone blew up the government buildings?
No.
Oh.
I think it was mere weeks after Doug escaped
Oh.
the planet. Something
remember.
happened, and there is now basically a EMP shell around the whole planet. Electronics no longer work on the entire planet, and
Okay. But he didn't have any great. So Doug doesn't have any great regrets on family.
No.
But he doesn't necessarily know what happened to his family.
Nope. The ribbing is mostly teasing, although mom does want a grandbaby.
Yeah. It's I got you. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I won't say it's totally toxic.
Yeah, I can see why you say that, and it absolutely could be, but
it is one of those social things.
Doug's at least feels more like it was just a good, fun family dinner.
Yeah. Okay, it's like, all right. Well, I will relate the good news. I didn't have any family hang-ups.
Oh, what did he do for you?
Hold on. Is there anything else I want to see? Is there anything else from my past? I don't know. I can't think of it right now.
Oh yeah,
Doug's just
you
kinda living in the
took one
moment.
system strain.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I can't think of anything else right now. Like Doug's gonna be pretty laid back.
Can I make a suggestion, or are you done?
I guess if it's a suggestion you would have thought about, as you know, if you know I'm going, because I was I told you I was going in.
Yeah.
So yes, if you have a suggestion.
Yeah.
I've got plenty of Constitution to go with.
Directly at the end of the memories. None of us have actually gone and looked at what happened right before we got the memories taken.
That's actually a damn good point. What's the last memory I could think of? Hold it. Wow, why did we never think of that?
I always feel bad about suggesting things during the QEDs because I feel like it's a very personal thing, but at the same time, none of us have thought of this.
Yeah,
Sure.
no, I think that's fine. Like I said, I think Doug is being perfectly open about, I'm going back in, right?
Yeah.
That would be very Doug to just go ahead and just tell people he's going back in, because he's pretty laid back, and it's just like, hey, any questions about maybe our time together?
Yeah, Bob at the end of
Last
it.
moment, it's like just forehead slap. I can't believe we didn't think of that.
Right. I thought it'd be like 2 days ago, and I'm kicking myself that we didn't do it sooner.
Okay.
All right, yeah. Let's last moments before my memories.
Let's go ahead and roll. This is definitely going to be a wisdom fix check.
Wisdom fix. I can do that.
Oh!
It
The
is
rolls want us to know.
strong and
Come on,
clear. There are sparks flying. Doug's in the engine room. The engine is not supposed to spark like that.
Yeah.
Sparks are flying. You're deep in metaspace with nowhere to go. You've Either the jump was so far off course that you're nowhere near a real space gravity well by the time the ship is starting to really come apart, or you made a jump to a bad hex. The symptoms are familiar, and you're actually getting a lot of more information than I expected to because you rolled a 16 here.
Yeah, that's a hell of a roll.
Doug did not realize it at the time when he was in the moment of the chaos. There's orders flying back and forth, or banter flying, not banter, but voices flying back and forth. Porcelain ordering, demanding Griffin Cage get us back on course, get us out of this. And Griffin Cage, there's nothing here. This was a trap. This was an ambush, and in the moment, Doug's thoughts are just on the engine, but as you're looking at this again, this wasn't just a bad jump. This was a jump that was bad. You were given bad rudders and landed, jumped to a hex with nothing in it.
Oh.
You know where those...
This jump was leaving from TMT 77, right?
This jump was going to 77.
Oh.
It was coming from Hestra.
It was supposed to be to TMT 77, but it didn't work.
Yes, yeah. And this does conflict with some of the information that you have, because now you're looking at the results of the jump in your memory as Doug's living through it, and you can see that this is a jump to a bad hex. But you guys have also gotten confirmation of jumps to this hex from the Fair Tenero.
But so here's my question: do we still end up in some 777, or do we end up in Stet as a result of the bad jump?
You ended up in Stet as a result of that jump.
Okay, so there was no stop there after the bad jump. It was pretty much supposed to be from High Shore to that, but it was essentially ended up being High Shore to Stet.
Yeah, the result, whenever you jump into a hex where there's no gravity well, you automatically get a 3 on the mishap table. There's no avoiding it. Nothing can possibly avoid that if you jump into an empty hex. And so that resulted in every system destroyed, and you're sent 1d6 hexes away.
Okay, so there's no memory of getting in the stasis pods and doing the QED? I mean, obviously that exact event, but is there anything leading up to that, where how we put our memories in there?
This jumped the queue.
Jumps the okay.
Yeah, this jumped out as in QED and in asking how do we get into the pod and trying to remember what were our final moments getting into the pod. This jumped the queue. You may be able to interrogate again. And try and get more specific.
I'm willing to. I've got plenty of, like I said, I got plenty of system strain. I'm willing to fight for that.
All right, take another system strain for the success, and this time we're going to roll it with connect and wisdom.
Connect. I assume that's a no, and that's gonna be. Am I still back? I assume I'm still kind of in the whole anger thing.
Yeah, it's back to the anger thing. Actually, you know what? You might have resolved some of that. Let me look. The lock up.
I don't think I have, but that's up to you.
If you don't think you have, then yeah, I'm okay with it going back to the anger thing.
Because I mean. I don't think that's something Doug has addressed. He's just kind of ignoring it.
Right. Okay. That's fair.
Yeah. So I'm gonna feel like I kind of end up in that.
Although I do actually feel like I cheated you a little bit because of the jumping. So you rolled a 16. I'm gonna give it to you anyways. This,
or at least a hint of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm fine with not getting the whole thing.
This memory the reason this jumped the queue, let me fix this for myself. The reason
Partly
this
because,
jumped the
you know.
queue is Doug makes the declaration that this is going to be a catastrophic. This is a catastrophic spike drill failure, and we need to start making preparations. And so preparations are made, and fast forward a couple of days, because actually not even that. Griffin Cage was a good pilot through Metaspace. He had the same thing that Kana has in making it a faster journey. Doug can remember that in this memory now. And so the next few moments blur into days in this memory of Doug putting out fires, physical and metaphorical, and metaspatial, and then finally landing in unknown space with no sensors to see where you are, what system you're even in, making wild guesses as to where you could possibly have been shunted to. And life support is down. It's not coming back anytime soon, and everything is vented anyways. You're on limited time, and you have one crew member who doesn't need life support, but can make necessary repairs.
Oh.
It was a group decision to go into the stasis pods and let
And then they-
Android make the repairs.
And the question is, what happened then?
And then, of course, we had the revelation that Das had the whole set the timer
Mm-hmm.
for
Yeah.
just before we
If
fall
I-
into the sun.
If I was to
Because of the mod
guess,
talent.
I was to guess, hey Nox, if I was to guess, it's probably that whoever the salvagers were that set the trap in the first place, several of them, they probably overpowered Android, and that's why she's in with the salvage.
And presumably they know where we would have gotten shunted to.
Or had multiple
Yeah.
teams in different possible locations.
Yeah, that
Also
too.
possible. Point is, Android probably got beat up.
I believe you actually have logs that show that Android went to her repair station and went into not standby, but actual shutdown mode.
Wild. I wonder why.
The time span between you entering stasis pods and her going into the shutdown are would be enough for her to fix up some things on the ship.
Which is probably why we had, atmosphere when we came back. Or at least a little bit of it.
Mm-hmm. She did get that fixed. She fixed the thing that was most needed for the rest of the crew to come out of stasis. And you also know that your pods were set for 2 weeks initially, giving her ample time. And they were reset to 99 years by the borders, which got noped by DAS's at some point in the past, at some point prior to that, kind of circumventing code. So if I lay out events end to end, you make a jump from Haystro to Tumut 77 with what you guys have already investigated, and you've asked Natario, and she said the rudders looked good. They didn't appear to be forged. They looked like the rudders of pulled from a black box that had successfully made that journey. It is very difficult to forge rudders because they're so information dense.
Yeah.
And so you made that jump. It turned out to be a bad hex, an empty hex. Ship mishap shunted you off into Stet. Discover
So
that.
what
Hang on real quick.
Sorry.
Hold your questions for just a second.
Mhm.
Discover all the systems dead, and the crew, as far as Doug's memory recalls, agree to enter into stasis pods while Android fixes. It's not a unanimous agreement, but Porcelain makes the decision. And I don't remember exactly how many days, but sometime later, after the life support is restored, Android goes to her charging station, and she goes into shutdown mode. Shortly after that, ship is boarded. Your pods are set to 99 years, which loops back to 6 months for DAS's things, and then 6 months later, you wake up. So what was your question in there, Viral?
My question was, what exactly does an empty hex mean that you described? Like, is it just...
Fair. So let me pull you over to the hex map. Color map here. So an empty hex is, let's say that instead of jumping to 0905 like here, so layer man, okay, you were to try to jump to 0904 right above it.
Okay.
That's an empty hex. That is a guaranteed spike drill mishap of the worst kind, as if you'd rolled a 3 on the mishap table.
Okay, but like that is still space between the sectors that we could jump into, isn't there? Or
no, when you make a spike drill, you can only go from a location with a gravity well to another location with a gravity well. You cannot make intermediate hops.
okay, that explains it. So we were jumping somewhere that we thought there would be a gravity well that we could anchor onto, and there
We had
wasn't.
every reason to believe that this was a valid jump.
Yeah, and it wasn't.
And
didn't we
somehow,
find...
yeah, it was not.
Yeah, and didn't we find records on the Fortinero as well that said that like there was something there that could have been jumped to?
There's something here. There's not something here.
Yeah, no, I was just using 0904 as an example of what an empty hex is.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
So we were, so far as we are aware, we should have been going to 0905, and that didn't work.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's what.
Okay.
And presumably it'd be
gonna-
really hard to fake that jump, is what you were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, all
So
the
there's
Mecha Corps wanted their ass on a plate, so they could have theoretically faked a rut and cycled out to us somehow. But what I'm wondering is, if the hex that we tried to jump to, that we had every reason to realize was a legit hex, is an empty hex, and there are records on the Fortinero saying that was a legit jump, is that right?
This hex is presumably populated according to the records on the Fear Center Row, yes.
Yeah. There is a gravity well capable of
but obviously we tried jumping there and everything behaved as if it was an empty hex.
Okay.
I understand correctly.
Which begs the question, what the fuck has happened in that hex since the scream?
I'm going to draw your attention back to some records from the Fair Tenera that got overlooked when Acid had kind of...
Right, there was something about a collapsing star, wasn't there?
Moreover, there was a sudden string of numbers that got recited and repeated, or seemed to be repeated. 10 minutes of numbers.
Oh.
I don't remember if that's...
Okay, yeah. The black ships are coming. Arn the entity tried to warn the Moon Council. It's called that all over the Carrier Bay. Every wall. Put the refugees out. I don't know what 10 minutes. Huh.
Those numbers need to be investigated further. Which, would probably be a job from DAS.
And then a few days later, they were wrong. Audio of scratching groans, crumpling metal. And then a few months later, all wrong again. God.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm hearing here is that the black ships are very indirectly responsible for amnesia. Because we can assume that the black ships did something there because, they were saying, oh, they're coming, and then what we thought should have been a gravity well that could hold us wasn't. And the black ships are here to unmake the universe, right? So,
invade
also,
that section, that sector.
would make sense, wouldn't it?
I think
Makes a
that's
certain amount of
something
sense.
to explore next session.
In fact, just one more thing before we stop.
Mhm.
I'm looking at the timestamps on these, and hey, Dix, remind me, do we know roughly when the scream was?
Yeah, you know pretty much exactly when the scream was.
Share,
Yeah, I can do that.
please.
Well, before any of us were born.
Yeah. I don't mind. You don't have to ask nicely. It's okay. It's okay. Sorry, I'm stalling because I'm looking it up.
Yeah, I, mean,
Okay,
I know
right,
it's some hundreds of years ago.
It was
Right, okay,
Before it
2665.
is before any
Okay,
of our
wait.
characters existed.
Okay, yeah, no, that's right. No, I just thought Dex was fucking with me and not actually saying even like saying, yeah, I'll tell you, I'll
Yeah,
tell you,
no,
I'll tell
no,
you. And not.
that sounds like he's just checking the exact numbers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Be
I
back in tomorrow.
65. Okay, so not as close to those dates as I thought, but still close. I'm just saying, non-zero chance that the scream is what happens when the black ships destroy a star. Or a gravity well or whatever.
I will
Non-zero
agree
chance.
that is a non-zero chance.
Yeah, but there's also a non-zero chance that an elephant pops into our room. But
You're being a smartass.
yeah,
Alright. Let's go ahead and wrap up and let people get to their
It actually is a pretty. I do like the theory though. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to poke apart the workings of the cosmos, and you're making jokes about elephants. Thank you.
Hey,
I'm
how
just
do we-
saying anything.
hey,
I'm
cool.
saying anything. I'm saying anything's possible.
Yeah, which is, yeah.
Heisenberg. I know. Yeah, it's kind of yeah. Heisenberg is just kind of bullshit. Heisenberg's uncertainty principle.
Alright, anything else before I close the screen and put the stream ending card up?
No, I got more out of my memories than I thought I would.
Yep.
Oh, did I? I guess how much train do I take on the last part?
Yeah, I'm rolling that for you right now. 1DR.
That
Four.
failed.
That last one was 4 strain.
Easy clap.
Oh, you know what? Actually, no, take that back because you didn't actually have to do the last one. I rolled it into your 16.
That's fine. I mean, it's only -1. I'm just gonna go ahead and stick with the 6 train that I have out of 14.
Okay.
I think I'm not worried about the difference.
No worries. We'll say that the fact that it jumped the queue and then you got that and then you got the other.
Yeah.
So it was extra stressful but extra informative.
But also, I'm here for stress. I'm fine.
Fair enough.
Don't worry about it.
All right. Just trying to be fair, but I appreciate absolutely.
And that's why next session I will die from stress.
I
It's
will.
gonna be a difference of 1.
Oh, what's up, Nox?
I'm pretty sure I can never look at a QED. I'll die on the spot. I have like 4 maximum system strain.
Well, the good news is you don't have a QED.
Yeah.
Doesn't stop me from using someone else's.
Oh, that is true. Yeah, hold on. Who's the most similar to Porcelain?
Probably Elise.
I hate that. It's accurate, but I hate that.
Lest we forget, Libra is the best at diving into other people's QEDs by virtue of her android nature.
She is. Her and Astrid.
Speaking of, we still have Android's QED, don't we?
Did
You
she
do.
have one?
Did she? Yeah.
Did she?
Which,
oh!
which actually raises other questions, but I'm not going to bring it up right now. I didn't say anything. But that does, pretty sus.
I'm like 100% certain that it doesn't work this way. If Libra takes all of Android's memories via QED, does Libra become Android?
I believe the QED rejects someone who's not actually the same person.
Because they're sapiens, they're individuals, they're people.
They are people.
the android nature has been known to be fucky with QEDs.
Then let's
Was
not.
it?
Then let's try and look. If nothing else, if we break Libra, acid is going to break the rest of us.
And she's the kind that will do it without telling you or giving you any clue. Just going about her daily business and everything seems fine, and then all of a sudden, why is the ship exploding? Alright, I'm finally lowering the stream ending card. Thank you guys. Fantastic session.
God.